Danville, Madison, West Virginia.
The following is an exclusive sports presentation of WZAC and the Skyhawks Sports Network.
Last Friday, the Skyhawks put their 9-0 undefeated record on the line and walked away with their first loss of the season. The loss did not set well with the team, players, and coaches. The Skyhawks team has worked hard this week and are now ready to face the Nitro Wildcats for the second time in 2 weeks. The Wildcats were ranked 19th going into the game, but with their victory over Scott, advanced them into the playoff picture. Coach Coach Dolan, what are the keys to the game for the Skyhawks?
Well, one, we got to be dialed in mentally, do our jobs and execute, and we got to have a high energy level, and because it's when we go home, so got to go out and make sure that we do everything that's required of us on all sides of the ball, including special teams.
This week is totally a different setting as the 2023 Cardinal Conference champions challenge the Wildcats on an overcast, cool fall afternoon from Skyhawk Field in Madison. It's the first round of the WVSSAC Class AA playoffs as the 4th-ranked Scott Skyhawks host the 13th-ranked Nitro Wildcats. Crank up the volume as we bring you all the action of black and gold football. Our Parmar Stores game coverage begins next here on WZAC, the Skyhawks Sports Network, and video production.
It's time for the Parmar Stores broadcast of Scott Skyhawk football on WZAC and the Skyhawk Sports Network. Skyhawk football is presented to you by
Miller Brothers Pharmacy, your locally owned and operated full-service pharmacy.
Parmar Stores. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Stevens Auto Center. Come to Stevens for all the right reasons.
Caldwell Insurance Agency. Let our family serve your family.
The Handley Funeral Home, serving the region for over 55 years.
People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Barker's Hardware. Shop where the local contractors shop.
Boone Memorial Health. Bringing medicine home.
Schaefer & Schaefer, attorneys at law, serving West Virginia now for over 100 years.
Thornhill Auto Group. Nobody beats a Thornhill deal, and we mean nobody.
Farrell & Hill Insurance Agency, insuring our local community for over 70 years.
Clayton Homes, opening doors to a better life, one home at a time.
And by
your locally owned and operated McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
For the Parmar Stores pregame show, let's go to the stadium. Here's Joe Limble and Chris Barrett.
And a very pleasant good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Skyhawk Field for the 2003 West Virginia High School Football Championships presented by Toyota, the official partner of the WVSSAC and West Virginia High School Sports. And before we go any further, today we celebrate our nation's Veterans Day, and I would like to take my hat off to all who have served our military and served our country fighting for our freedom. Thank you very much, and happy Veterans Day. And Chris Barrett, the air in around Skyhawk Field is just ecstatic this afternoon as these two teams are on the field getting ready for today's first round of the WSSAC Class AA playoff.
Yeah, Joe, and before we get started there, I just want to echo what you said. I have a brother-in-law that is currently serving in the Marines and about ready to ship off over to Okinawa and for about 6 months, where he'll spend some time for his second tour over there. So hats off to all veterans, and thank you for what you do. But yes, Joe, this is kind of seems like a little bit deja vu here as we're 8 days removed from the Skyhawks season-ending regular season game where we've seen them drop one to Nitro, and now they get to watch film all week and prepare for Nitro.
I think it'll be a totally different ball game today that we'll see between these two schools. I just felt like Scott was flat and Nitro played with everything they had. And they scored the same amount of touchdowns, but the difference in the score, 28-24, was in extra points. The Skyhawks have worked on the extra points this week.
Yeah, and it really comes down to, Scott last week, they came out flat, but at the same time, it was one of those perfect storms to where everything had to go right for Nitro and everything had to go wrong for Scott.
And that's what happened. Yeah,
that's exactly what happened. Everything went right for Nitro. The pieces had to fall exactly the way it did, and the pieces had to fall for Scott to play the way they did for Nitro to even be in the game. And so now we sit here with the 4-13 matchup, and it's Scott Nitro.
And, last week, Nitro come out and scored on their opening drive, took a 7-0 lead. Scott bounced right back 2 plays later and scored on their opening drive. But then things kind of settled down. Then Nitro scored 2 Josh Moody passing touchdowns. They were up 21-6, and then Preston Cooper scored right before the half to make it a 21-12 game. But then in the second half, Matt Fry connected with Jax McCarty and made it a 21-18 game. Then Nitro scored another touchdown, and then Carson Brenniger ran a punt back for a touchdown. Final score, Nitro knocked off the Skyhawks 28-24.
Yeah, and it really what it boiled down to last week is I felt like Nitro was better at what they do than what Scott is better at what they do. And what that means is Nitro was the team that you would think was the prolific offense where they throw the ball down the field and dare people to try to stack the box and stuff like that because they challenged Scott on the outside. They understand that Scott's got a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and that didn't matter to them. Now, on the flip side, Nitro does have a lot of speed in the secondary, but Scott didn't really challenge that speed and find out if it's good enough to really hold up with Scott's speed. So I expect Scott here today, I really expect them to challenge Nitro in the passing game on offense while also giving the ball to Preston Cooper 20-25 times today.
But looking back to last Friday night, Nitro had 53 plays, 264 yards. The Skyhawks had more plays. They had 62, but only could muster up 244 yards. Josh Moody, the quarterback for Nitro, was 18 of 28, 198 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, had 1 interception. And for the Skyhawks, it was Matt Fry, 15 of 28 for only 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Probably the biggest bright spot for Scott, Preston Cooper had 23 rushes, 117 yards, and a touchdown. But then on the other side of the field, they passed the ball quite a bit. Elijah Miller had 6 receptions for 106 yards and a touchdown. Michaela Thompson had 4 receptions for only 18 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. So they moved the ball, and then Little John coming out of the backfield was a force to be reckoned with last week as well.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and give you your keys, your key to what Scott has to do here tonight, this afternoon, in order to get this win. And it's going to start with the 2 most experienced parts of this team. It's going to start up front with the offensive line, because last week Nitro got a ton of pressure on Matt Fry when it come to only rushing 3. They dropped 8 95% of the time and was still able to get really good pressure with a 3-man front. And the second part of the thing is the experience of Matt Fry, quarterback. Last week we seen him, he was a little bit shaky because the pocket wasn't there, so he was kind of leaving it early, kind of running for his life a little bit. Today, can they establish the pocket enough for him to kind of set back there, have enough time in order to find his speedy receivers?
It's the number 13th ranked Nitro Wildcats taking on the 4th-ranked Scott Skyhawks this afternoon in round 1 of the WVSSAC Class AA playoffs. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the head coach of the Scott Skyhawks after this. You're listening to Black and Gold Football on WZAC, the Skyhawks Sports Network, and video production.
At Handley Funeral Home, we offer unique opportunities for families to create healing moments after loss. With over 55 years of experience serving the Boone, Logan, and Lincoln communities, our staff will help you discover ways to pay tribute, whether that be at a burial service at one of our cemeteries or a personalized lasting memorial. Visit us at www.handleyfh.com or call 304-369-0718. The Handley family of business thanks you for your support.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The Southern Pineapple in downtown Madison is your choice for women's clothing and accessories. They have styles that fit all ages, along with local handmade jewelry. From elegant to everyday wear, the Southern Pineapple is your place to shop. Find us on Facebook, subscribe to our page, so you can see all the latest products and inventory. Come and shop at our unique boutique and be sweet.
Few relationships in life are more important than the one between you and your Michelin tires. Rugged, long-lasting Michelin truck tires. Michelin, a better way forward.
Joining us now is the head coach of the Skyhawks, Coach Jeremy Dolan. And Coach, first of all, let's talk about the game last week. Disappointing for the players, the coaches, and the fans, but it was just one of those games that wasn't meant to be. Just quickly, your thoughts about the game.
Well, I felt like we could play it a lot better. We going back and watching it on film. We made a lot of mistakes. A lot of times we stubbed our own toes, and again, credit to Nitro. I thought they had a good game plan, and they came out and they executed theirs, and we didn't execute ours as well as we'd liked. And at the end of the night, we dropped the game, and that's going to happen every now and then. Unfortunately, it was the last one, and we had a goal of 1-10-0, but we just came up a little bit short. But it's not the not the end of the season. That was the main thing. Could have been worse. Could have happened today. So we're just glad that we're here in the first round of the playoffs and ready to go.
I think Nitro, they played with a vengeance. I mean, you could tell when they come out and started warm-ups, they were pumped up. They knew they had to win. And like you said, they had a game plan to hang with you guys last week.
Yeah, they were already in playoff mode because I think they were 19 going into that game, and it was win or go home for them. And like I said, to their credit, they came out, they played hard. They challenged us both offensively and defensively, and at the end of the night, the scoreboard fell in their favor. I feel like that we're definitely capable of playing with them, but at the same time, we got to do a better job executing our own game plans.
So how has practice been this week? I'm sure you got changing up the game plans a little bit with the ball, but overall with the players, how's practice been?
It's been really good. The players are hungry. I talked to some of them, before we left the field that night, and then, sat with them on the bus on the way back. And they were disappointed, naturally, but at the same time, I told them we're going to go home, we're going to regroup. Watch film and just get ready to go. The good thing about the whole situation is with that disappointment, and you get a chance to redeem yourself against the team that knocked you, out of your perfect season. I don't know that you can ask for a better situation personally. I think some people think I'm crazy when I say that, but at the end of the day, if you're going to Wheeling, you got to go through whoever you're playing. So again, you're disappointed after a loss naturally, but at the same time, you get to go out and redeem yourself the very next week and with a chance to advance, and you're in front of your own crowd. So I don't know that we could ask for a better opportunity, honestly.
Looking at the bracket, seems like you got a fairly good draw. You got to, of course, pick up the win tomorrow. But then down the road, I think you guys are in a fairly decent bracket.
Yeah, I think the bracket shakes out pretty good. One of the good things for us is, we'll be able to play some teams we're familiar with. Again, we start with Nitro, possibly Frankfurt, who we played last year, and I became good friends with Coach Whiteman from there. So he and I talk a couple times a week. I really enjoy talking to him, and we became really good friends. So hopefully maybe he'll pick up a win against Weir tonight and head down to West Madison, and he and I'll get one more chance to do it. I sent him a text today wishing him good luck, and he messaged back and did the same and was like, maybe you'll get your revenge game next week. And I told him it's not revenge with him, it's just redemption, anytime that we've lost to somebody. But and then on the rest of the bracket, you got a really good Herbert Hoover team that we're familiar with, and North Marion, who we're not so familiar with. But again, I talked to Coach Fields earlier in the week. I think they lost 21-14 and led that game the last time they played North Marion. So heck, who knows? It might be a situation where we could be seeing them round 3 if we're capable of taking care of our own business and doing what we're capable of.
It seems like practice this week went well for the boys. I think they're hungry, but it just seems like they've been clicking good this week. And does that help get their mindset in game mode when you have a good week of practice?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the games that we've had are best success in has been some of the best opponents we played. Whether you're talking about a Herbert Hoover, or Point Pleasant, Mingo, or Winfield, and those are the weeks that we probably had our best weeks of practice. No excuses, but again, when we played Nitro, you would think with a 10-0 record on the line and stuff, you would have had a better week of practice, but we was a little flat in practice, and it carried over to Friday night. So, I don't think that that's the case this week. I think that helped wake us up a little bit, and like I said, it's a motivating factor for us that we lost, and then, like I said, we get to line up and play it again, right? With the same team. So, we just got to go do a better job going out and execute and playing with a little bit more energy this week.
The question I always hate to ask, but how are we injury-wise? Are the guys healed up? We in pretty good shape?
Yeah, in regards to our starters, I think we're in pretty good shape. We lost Will Toller last week, and that was a huge piece, not having Will on the offensive line. But he's back this week. He's doing real well. And then, we didn't have Cameron Green, our kicker, last week. Actually, we haven't really had him for a couple weeks now. He re-aggravated that quad. But, he's out again this week. But we do have a young man named Tucker Breedlove that we've worked with this week in practice, and we've got full confidence in him, and we'll allow him an opportunity to go out and kick the ball. But outside of that, just the regular nicks and bruises, we're okay. We don't really necessarily have anybody the major out on the IRs in regards to starters. Do have a few guys that are some second string guys and stuff that are out, but for the most part, we're in good shape.
All right, Coach, good luck in today's first round game, the playoffs against Nitro, and we'll catch up with you in our post-game show. We'll be back with more of our Par-Mar Stores pregame show. You're listening to Black and Gold Football on WZAC, the Skyhawks Sports Network, and Video Productions.
With your insurance here at Caldwell Insurance Agency, I want to provide you with the best customer service available. I want to provide you with coverages that nobody else can provide you with, along with affordable rates. I promise you, when you come in this office, we will take better care of you than anybody else. Provide you with the best auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and life insurance. I want our family to be able to take care of your family, and I promise you we will be able to do that here at Caldwell Insurance Agency.
At Miller Brothers Pharmacy, we are dedicated to providing outstanding personalized customer service at an affordable price. We are your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and medical needs. Our staff has over 90 years of experience, so you can count on fast, personal attention. Our pharmacy is proud to offer delivery service for your convenience with free delivery for patients within Madison and Danville city limits. Contact a member of our team about delivery today.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
The Tint Guy has big news. The newest location is now open in Barboursville, voted best in the Valley since 2020. Getting your windows tinted is now twice as easy. Go to the best, The Tint Guy.
Hey, Tint Guy here. Come see us at our new location in Barboursville.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff, we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
Welcome back to the Par-Mar Stores pregame show. Joining us now is the head coach of the Nitro Wildcats, Boone McKenna. And Coach, first of all, we got to go back and take a look at that game between Nitro and Scott a week ago. Your team, were just outside the playoff picture. They knew they had to win to get in, and they did it. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, they came out ready to play. I was proud of our guys. They had a great week of practice last week, and they did what they needed to do to make playoffs. I mean, that was the goal we had from the summer, and they did exactly what we asked them to do.
Your quarterback, Josh McKenna, I felt like did a good job controlling the game, controlling your offense. Your thoughts?
Yeah, he did a great job last week. We got off to a good start, so he got some early confidence, and he's gotten better every game this year. He's really turning into a really all-around quarterback.
There was some other players that got a lot of Eli Littlejohn got a lot of carries last week. Emilio Miller, Michaela Thompson on the receiving end. You guys just had an overall good offensive game.
Yeah, we got some good weapons to spread the ball around to. So we are lucky. We got a heck of a running back with Eli, and our receiving core all the way across the board can score at any minute. So if we give the quarterback time and they run routes really well, we can score on anybody is how we feel.
You've had a week of practice, to analyze the game, get ready for today. What have you put your team through? Anything different this past week?
No, we didn't change anything up. We just touched up a few things that we wanted to work. But we really didn't change our game plan from last week. So, it worked, and I'm sure they're going to throw some wrinkles at us. So, we prepared for a few different things, but we didn't change much up on our end.
Coach, you've seen Scott, you've played him. How do you think the two teams match up today?
We match up well. I mean, I think our speed matches up well with theirs. They're a great program. They're going to have them ready to play. They're always a hard-fought team. We've preached that all week. Where we beat them last week, we know they're going to be ready and fired up. So, we've preached that all week to our guys, and hopefully we come out and respond like we did last week.
Coach, good luck in today's contest. Coach Boone McKenna, head coach of the Nitro Wildcats. We'll be back with more of our Par-Mart Stores pregame show after this. You're listening to Black and Gold Football on WZAC, the Skyhawks Sports Network, and Video Productions.
Since 1960.
A short drive to Danville and come see us where the Make the Summer sales event is in full swing at Stevens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got savings on all models, including up to $14,000 below MSRP on the 2023 Ram Limiteds and 15% off MSRP on the 2023 Jeep Compasses. And the new 2024 Wranglers are awesome and arriving daily. So come see us for the Make the Summer sales event at Stevens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 119 in Danville.
Hey. Jake from State Farm. We have to know.
Yeah, these are State Farm pajamas.
No, what if we have to talk to somebody about our policy, but it's late at night?
Call us 24/7.
Great, because what if someone still calls his mom for everything?
We'll walk you through everything. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Oh, yeah, Mom, everything's great. Yeah. I mean, not my mom.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Our pregame getting ready for the matchup between the 4th-ranked Scott Skyhawks and the 13th-ranked Nitro Wildcats. And Chris, while we got a minute, let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for this afternoon's contest. For the offensive unit for Nitro.
Starting up front, anchoring the offensive line is number 53, a sophomore Dylan Casto. Left guard will be number 70, a senior Cameron Crandall. Left tackle, will be number 74, a senior Deron Pugh. Right guard will be number 57, a senior Lorenzo Short, and the right tackle will be number 54, a sophomore Landon Hamilton. Wideouts will be number 11, senior Michael Wines, number 1, senior Emilio Miller. Tight end will be number 2, junior Charles Cantrell. Flanker will be number 23, a sophomore Malachi Thompson. The running back will be number 13, junior Eli Littlejohn. And the quarterback is a 6'2", 195-pound junior, number 9, Josh Moody.
take a look at the Scott starting defensive unit. At nose guard will be a senior, Trent Bice. At the right defensive end will be sophomore, Mason Brown. And on the other end will be junior, Dalton Milam. At the linebacker positions, in the middle, it'll be senior Caden Mills and junior Ty Mitchell. The outside linebackers today will be a senior, Jax McCarty, getting the start, and junior David Fennessy. At the quarterback positions will be junior Carter McClung and junior Carson Brenniger. At free safety will be Braden Clark, and back at strong safety today will be a senior, Matt Fry.
And for the defensive unit for Nitro, in the middle of the three-man front will be number 77, a junior Dom Wise. At the two defensive end positions will be number 8, junior Isaac Samples, and number 55, a junior Braxton Lovejoy. The three linebackers will be number 7, a senior X Henry, number 13, junior Eli Littlejohn, number 6, a senior Nutty Hall, and the defensive backs will be number 14, junior Andrew Thomas, number 21, Deshaun Stotts, a junior, and then the two safeties will be number 1, senior Emilio Miller, and number 4, Xavion Dickerson, a junior. They are coached by head coach Boone McKinney, assistants Colin Beckner, Chad Lovejoy, Thomas Lovejoy, Wesley Price, and Steve Edwards.
And now the starting lineup for the Scott offensive unit. At center will be senior Chase Dowds. At the guard positions, on the right will be senior Braden Queen. On the left will be junior Zach McNeely. At tackle, junior Ty Mitchell. On the right, senior Gavin Bice on the left. Starting at tight end today will be senior Jax McCarty. Wide receivers will be junior Braden Clark, junior Isaiah Bush, and junior Carson Brenniger. In the backfield, it will be senior Preston Cooper at tailback, and your starting quarterback, senior Matt Fry. Head coach of the Scott Skyhawks, Jeremy Dolan. Dean Brendiger, the associate head coach. Glenn Fry, the offensive coordinator. Eric McClung, the defensive coordinator. And the other Scott coaches to mention, Todd Mitchell, Josh Sharps, Richard Chandler, Roger White, Sean Elkins, Nick Mullins, Shane Queen, Timmy Brown, Kevin McCarty, Ben Bush. The trainers are Ben Bush and Chris Lester. And the equipment managers, Kyle Breelove and DJ Warner. The captains for both teams at midfield going through the final instructions before we get this kickoff underway in this Class AA first-round matchup between the 4th-ranked Scott Skyhawks and the 13th-ranked Nitro Wildcats.
There's only 2 games today in Class AA. Everything else was decided last night, and there were some really good games in the Class AA.
And the Sherman Tide are playing this afternoon in Class Single A.
So Mingo Central ended up getting upset. They were winning just about the entire game. Philip Barber come back and won. Wayne almost pulled off a huge stunner.
That would have been a big upset. Man, I was cheered for the Wayne Pioneers.
I said it all week. There ain't nobody wants to face Tommy Harmon in the first round of the playoffs. So.
Of course, North Marion knocked off Lincoln last night by a score of 35-14. Independence, big winner over Roane County, 54-21. And now let's go down to the field. And let's see, who won the toss?
Scott won, Nitro will receive.
And Nitro will receive, starting off the same way we did last Friday night. But I've said it all week. I think we will see a totally different game. And you can tell the enthusiasm and the fire in the Skyhawks today versus what we saw out of Nitro a week ago.
Yeah, you just kind of seen at Nitro. There wasn't as much enthusiasm in pregame. There wasn't as much hoop and hollering. Today, you've seen a lot more enthusiasm. Last night, you've seen a lot of enthusiasm at the team dinner and whenever we've done our live show. So,
Toyota and your local West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the WVSSAC, supporting high school sports across West Virginia. Visit buyatoyota.com today and let Toyota let's go places. Both teams on the field, Skyhawks wearing all black today. Black helmets, black jerseys with gold numerals and black pants. The Nitro Wildcats wearing white jerseys with red numerals, red pants with a red and black accent stripe down the side, and those traditional Nitro black helmets with the black and red or black and white stripes down the middle with the Nitro logo on each side. Ryan Neal is teeing the ball up to our right, going left, and we'll see what the Skyhawks defensively can do today to stop this Nitro offensive attack.
Back deep for Nitro is number 1, Emilio Miller, and number 5, Ashton Crouch.
And Ron Neal has it teed up. Skyhawks spread out across the field, and the black and gold are ready to get this first-round playoff game underway. Here comes Neal up to the ball. On the ground, end over end. They will let it roll out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Penalty flag is thrown, and I'm sure they'll take it at the 35 to get this game started. Of course, the quarterback, as Chris mentioned a minute ago, a junior, 6'2", 195 pounds, transfer from Buffalo, Josh Moody.
Yeah, his stats, state leader in passing yards, 3,465 yards, single season state touchdown record, 49 passing touchdowns to 6 interceptions, 68% completion percentage, 2 rushing touchdowns. They gave us that. I guess they wanted us to read it, so I will read it.
Do they get to start the ball at the 40? I thought it was a 35.
It's 40 in high school.
Oh, okay. So that's where the Nitro Wildcats will get the start of the opening. Actually, they're putting it on the 39. So Wildcats come across from the way out of the huddle, and they are set to ready to go. Josh Moody, the quarterback, stands in the gun. Back in the backfield is Eli Littlejohn, the running back. They will go with 3 receivers to the far side, single wide out near side. And here we go. We're ready to get this Class AA playoff. Empty backfield now. He wants to throw, and it is complete to the far side of the field. He will go across the 40 down to about the 43-yard line, maybe the 44. Gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Wildcats.
Moody completed that pass to number 11, Michael Wines. It was a little bubble screen, just a quick throw out. They sent Little John in motion to get an extra little wrinkle in there, and they throw the little bubble screen out to Wines.
Same formation for Nitro. They are set and ready to go in 2nd and 5. Quarterback empty backfield. This time they throw the same play. They'll pick up the first down. He's going down the far sideline, and David Fennessy comes out of nowhere and lays a hit on him down at the Scott 45, but he felt that one.
Yeah, he had a ton of blockers, and just kind of David Fennessy just kind of snuck in around the blockers and was able to come up and lay a big hit. He does get into Scott territory down to the Scott 44-yard line, but he did take a pretty good hit there from David Fennessy.
That's where the Wildcats will put it in play. 1st and 10. They are set and ready. Same formation, 3 receivers far side, single wide out. They'll hand it off up the middle this time. He'll go up the middle. He's got some room. He sidesteps one Skyhawk, and they catch him all the way down to 30. But again, Nitro is on a vengeance this afternoon, and they're moving the ball down the field as they'll pick up another first down.
Yeah, right now they picked up chunk plays, back-to-back plays here. And this time, the Little John has a little bit of running room, which is something that he didn't have a lot of last week in the win against Scott. And this time, due to the passing game outside, Scott caught a little bit napping out there on those edges and was able to clog up that middle. 1st and 10 at the Scott 28-yard line. Moody goes from the gun. Empty backfield once again. Moody throws a pass over. It is caught, and he will go down for a 2-yard loss. Number 11 made the catch for Nitro. That's Wines again.
But it was Jax McCarty over there making the stop for Scott. He was there. Loss of 2, 2nd down, and, well, they're only going to give him a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11 now for Nitro.
Yeah, that time Scott was kind of ready for it. They seen Little John go out, and you seen Jax McCarty kind of leak over from his defensive end position.
And we got a man in motion. There's the flag. That'll cost Nitro 5 yards. Number 2, Charles Cantrell started to go in motion, stopped, and turned and went back, and they threw the flag for motion, so that'll cost them 5 yards. It'll now be 2nd down and 16 for Nitro.
Yeah, that was actually the Scott defensive line that got that. The Scott defensive line jumped, and but it was not getting into the neutral zone enough for the flag to come, and Cantrell seen it and stopped and then started again, and whenever you do that, you're going to get a flag every time.
2nd down 16 now for Nitro. Moody goes from the gun. Moody now goes up under center. Snap handoff. He drops back. He's under some pressure. They got a little bubble screen over there complete. He's back to the original line of scrimmage. And coming out of nowhere to make that tackle was I'm trying to see.
It was David Fennessy.
Yeah, sure was. It was Fennessy once again. They got back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 now for Nitro.
Yeah, another good job there. They fake it coming to the left with the receiver in motion like it was going to be a jet sweep. And then Littlejohn kind of sneaks out of the backfield, goes over to the opposite side, and they try to go to that sideline to clear out some running room for some space for Littlejohn. But David Fennessy does a good job of sniffing it out. Carson Brenniger was there also. Wouldn't have made it much further than what he originally did.
Nitro brings 3 receivers to the near side. Single wide out far side. Handoff in the backfield. Trying to get around to the outside. They're going to take him out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He's going to pick up about 3. And it's going to be 4th down for the Wildcats.
Brings up 4th down.
Yeah, that was a play right there that tells you that they were going to go for it. They were hoping to get a couple yards right there, make it a more manageable 4th down situation. And as you can see, the offense is still on the field. And now it is a 4th and 7 opportunity for Nitro.
I'm going to call it 4th and 6. 6.5, somewhere thereabout. But the Wildcats are going for it on 4th down. They're going to come in tight. Now they bring 3 receivers to the near side. Single wide out far side. Single running back in the backfield with Moody. Moody calls the numbers, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, drops back. He's wanting to pass. He'll throw one downfield, and it is going to be overthrown, incomplete, and the Scott Skyhawks will take over on downs.
Yeah, his favorite target, Amelia Miller from last week, was the intended receiver, and it was just a little too high and out of the reach. He had the back of the end zone, the back of the coverage beat. And just Moody rolling to his right. He had some pressure from Mason Brown. Just wasn't able to set his feet enough to get a good kind of touch pass over the top of the Scott defense.
Yeah, he tried to throw it on the move to his right. He just overthrew the intended receiver who was in the back corner of the end zone. Pass goes incomplete. Scott will start their opening drive at their own 25-yard line. Here comes the Skyhawks wearing all black out of the huddle. Well, a couple of them come out of the huddle. Now they'll re-huddle. Play clock has not even been set. The officials are calling an official timeout.
They're going off of one play clock because this one down here is not working in the Fieldhouse end zone.
Anyway, we have a timeout on the field. 8:49 to go in the first quarter. No score. Nitro took their opening drive from their own 39 down to about the Scott 30, and that's about all they could do before the Scott defense stepped up and made the stop.
Yeah, and if you're Scott, that's exactly what you want right there. Nitro's going to get their yards. You're not going to completely shut them down. They're going to get their yards, but when you get the opportunity like that to put them in 4th and long situations, 3rd and long situations like you did, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to get your defense off the field, and that's the first test here today for the Scott defense. They passed. Now it's time for the offense to try to show up and do what they couldn't do last week, which is try to get the ball moving early.
For the best news coverage of high school sports in West Virginia all year long, follow Joe Mercado and Greg Carey's Daily Post at WVMetroNews.com. And the Wildcats are already pretty much set and ready. Now the Skyhawks come out of their huddle.
Kyle Breedlove down there done his solid duty of getting the play clock back working, and now it's back off again. So here we go. There we go. Now we're both set at 25.
Yeah, that one's not going now. Anyway, Scott in the huddle. They're showing a receiver lined up to the near side in Braden Clark. Matt Fry sitting ready. They got 2 running backs in the backfield. The handoff. Here comes Carson Brenniger out there. Sidesteps one. He's broke. He's at the 35-40. Before they bring him down, he'll pick up the 1st down.
First down!
Scott went with something we've not seen all year long. They went with 2 running backs back there with Matt Fry. Handed off to Carson Brenniger, and they didn't know what to do. He picked up 11 yards on the run, and it's 1st down Scott, actually.
You have to be aware of where Carson Brenniger is on the field at all times because his game-changing speed can do things just like that.
Same formation for the Skyhawks. Fry from the gun. Fakes this time, gives it to Preston Cooper. Cooper goes up the right side. And there's a flag on the play. He gets up to the 40. He'll pick up about 4 yards on the play, but they'll bring it back possibly. And the officials are going over to discuss the penalty. And they're calling a motion against Scott. So that'll back it up 5 yards. It'll be 1st down 16 or 1st down 15 for the Skyhawks. They'll move the ball from the 36 back to the 31. need to turn that official's mic down. And it's over-modulating. Here come the Skyhawks out of the huddle. Play clock at 20 and rolling. Skyhawks set. Same formation. 2 running backs with Fry in the backfield. Fry takes it, hands it off to Carson Branniger. Branniger broke. He's across the 35, 40, still on his feet at the 50. He's coming downfield. He's at the 40. He may break it. Oh, and they finally catch up with him at the Nitro 20-yard line. And a big run by Carson Branniger out of that backfield.
And you can tell just how much this Scott team is fired up because you see no emotion usually out of Carson Branniger. And what did he do as soon as he was tackled right there? He got up, fired up, ready to go, and letting everybody know that let's go.
And they'll spot the ball at the 21.
Nitro's still playing press coverage on the outside, and now they've only got single safety help over the top.
Branniger, or Fry from the gun. Hands it off to Branniger. Branniger goes right up the middle. I think he tripped up as he went across the 20.
He's holding his knee.
Oh, that ain't good.
He was originally holding it. I don't know if he's going to get up. Yeah, he's hobbling a little bit.
Yeah. He's going back to the huddle.
Carson Branniger on the carry.
And the official's going to make him come out of the game. So here comes Branniger. Now he's jogging. Now he had to slow down. I don't know if he's got a cramp in his leg or what, but the trainers are going over to attend to him. And did Scott call a timeout? 7:23 to go in the first quarter. No score. Scott on their opening drive of the ball game. Apparently not. The whole team just come over.
I think everybody from both sides thought it was an injury timeout. Yeah. It's not. Looks like Carter McClung's coming into the lineup for Carson Branniger.
It will be, looks like 2nd down and 7 for Scott. They'll spread them out wide. 2 receivers to the far side of the field. Single to the far side, near side. Hand off to Preston Cooper. Cooper goes up the middle, and I seen a reach in and grab a face mask, but as he crosses the 15.
Preston Cooper on the carry.
No flag on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 for the Skyhawks. Gain of 4 on the play as they get the ball inside the 15 at the 14.5.
Now you can see what Scott wants to establish here early. They want to establish that running game after they had so much success last week. Last Friday night against Nitro, down in Nitro, Preston Cooper, 160 yards on the ground on about 25 carries.
Yeah.
So.
And here comes Scott out of the huddle, single wide out to the near side. Twin receivers, far side. Fry goes from the gun. Hand off to Preston Cooper up the middle. He goes inside. He's still on his feet. He tried it as he gets over the 15 down to the 14, and there's already some scuffling on the field. And let's throw the flag down there, officials. Manhandling, scuffling going on between the two teams.
You also have to actually call forward progress was stopped, and it really was. But
gain of a half a yard on the play is all we got. Be 4th down and 4 or 4th down and 3 for the Skyhawks. Skyhawks have 18 seconds on the play clock. Come out of the huddle. Twin receivers near side. They're going to spread them out. Matt Fry from the gun. Hands it off to Preston Cooper. Cooper goes up the middle. He's inside down to the 10. He should have the 1st down at the 10-yard line.
Preston Cooper on the
and the official marks 1st down Skyhawks.
Yeah, Carter McClung taking the position of Carson Branniger right there. He comes in motion, and it's a little fake motion to him as he's coming across the formation, and then a handed inside handoff to Preston Cooper. And then he just does a good job of putting his nose right in there and pushing forward to pick up the 1st down.
1st and goal for the Skyhawks. Ball resting right on the Nitro 10-yard line. Fry from the gun. Here comes a man in motion. Fakes the handoff. He wants to pass. He looks, fires downfield into the corner of the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Scott Skyhawks.
Incomplete.
Oh, my.
Good call.
It looked like his feet caught just inside the line. He hit right on the white line, and a touchdown will be recalled. And you can hear a lot of Scott fans. I would like to see the replay on that one. Here we go if you're watching video productions.
Just outside.
And he just missed the touchdown by the hair of his skin.
If he wears a 12, if he wore an 11, it was a touchdown.
Yeah. It is second down and goal from the 10 for Scott.
But great play call right there. They fake it and come out and roll out Matt Fry, and he finds Isaiah Bush.
Here comes a man in motion, and they'll hand it off to Preston Cooper. Cooper goes up the middle. He's inside the 5, down to almost the goal line. He's down to the 1.5-yard line. They're actually going to spot it at the 2. Gain of 8 on the play. Skyhawks quickly come out of the huddle. They are set and ready. Matt Fry takes it, hands it off to Preston Cooper, and Cooper is in the end zone. Touchdown, Scott Skyhawks from Preston Cooper on a 2-yard run.
Skyhawks coming out doing exactly what they should do, which is going as quick as possible, because last week in the second half, you seen Nitro was kind of gutted. Scott just wasn't able to get enough going to make it make Nitro pay for them kind of being tired in the second half. But here you see Scott, they're trying to take advantage of it. They're trying to go as quick as possible, getting on the line of scrimmage as quick, and getting a playoff as quick as they can to try to catch Nitro, trying to guess where the play is going to go and what's going to happen.
Tucker Breelove on to attempt the point after touchdown. Cole Elkins, the holder. Mason Brown, the long snapper. And the team is set and ready. Waiting on the snap. There's the snap. Ball is down. The kick is away. It looks good from here. It is good. And the Scott Skyhawks jump out to a 7-0 lead over the Nitro Wildcats.
Yeah, Scott starting early. That's exactly what they needed to do. They get a stop on defense. Going turnover on downs, and then they march 75 yards down the field on 10 plays. 10 plays, 75 yards. Capped off by a 2-yard touchdown run for Preston Cooper.
Coach Dolan out here talking to his kickoff team in front of the Skyhawk bench. 4:32 to go in the first quarter, and the Scouts are on the board first this week, unlike a week ago when Nitro took their opening drive and put points on the board.
Virginia. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota.
Ryan Neal tees it up at the Scott 40. They will be kicking once again from our right to left. Scott comes out of the huddle. Now they'll spread their kickoff team across the way. Neal is set and ready. Here comes Neal. The kick is a higher ball, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 17-yard line, 18-yard line. And once again, they'll get the placement on the field and start in pretty good field position. But I'll tell you one thing that I've already seen. The Scott defense played much better that first opening drive than they did biggest part of the game a week ago.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really let what Nitro was doing to them affect them. Last week you seen that Nitro come out, took a couple shots deep and beat Scott in their first possession, and it kind of let Scott determine how they were going to play the rest of the game. They come out through a couple of those bubble screens, and this time you just seen Scott. They just kind of stay with the game plan.
Here comes Nitro. They're set, twin receivers, both sides of the ball. Man in motion. Fakes and gives it to a handoff to number 1, trying to get around to the outside, and he is going to be thrown for a loss over on the far side of the field in front of the Nitro bench. And in there on the stop, looks like number 7, Mike Fry, and Jax McCarty in there as well.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a loss of about 1.5 yards, almost 2. But they tried that little pop pass. They bring Amelia Miller in motion underneath, and they fake it to the tailback, Little John, and then pop a pass to little shovel pass up front to Miller.
Nitro set and ready. Twin receivers, both sides of the ball. He wants to pass. Moody drops back. He'll run it up through the field. He's being chased and coming to the near side in front of the Scott bench. He'll run out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. He'll pick up about 6 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Nitro.
Third down.
Yeah, that's something we didn't see Scott even even make Moody do last week, which was kind of be athletic in the pocket. And we wondered if he was, and that time he shows he is athletic enough to get outside and pick up some yards as he kind of made Carter McClung determine whether he was going to stay with the receiver or come up and try to stop Moody from coming out of the backfield. And Carter chose the staying with the receiver, and Moody was able to take advantage.
Gain of 7 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Nitro. Moody goes from the gun. 2 flankers, hands it off in the backfield, and he's caught in the backfield. Jax McCarty is all over him and brings him down once again for a loss on the play.
Yeah, Jax McCarty come from that right side of the field from his defensive end position and absolutely ran down Eli Littlejohn and bring him down for a loss. And it looks like a early decision here for Nitro. They're going to go for it here in their own territory.
4th down and 4 for Nitro. Play clock at 16 and turning. Game clock, 3:25. First quarter, Skyhawks up by 7. Here comes Nitro. Moody from the gun. Twin receivers each side of the ball. Drops back, fires a little pass under the far side, and he gets around, and he is barely going to get across the line, and they're going to give him the forward motion. He barely got the first down. He was knocked back over where the stick's at on the 45, but he got over just enough, got the ball over across the plane.
He didn't get it.
He did not get it, not where they spotted the ball. The stick was right on the middle of the 40, but they set the ball on the Nitro side of the line. Technically, he did not get it, but the official threw or motioned first down. Once again, the running back's got the ball out of the backfield. He is caught. Once again, this time it's going to be Mason Brown making the stop for Scott for a yard gain on the play.
Yeah, that time you just seen Scott disrupted that from the get-go, having made Littlejohn really kind of set and try to see where the hole was going to open up at, and kind of made him kind of stand still a little bit and pump his feet enough to where Scott was able to come up and make that tackle.
Nitro has twin receivers near side. Moody takes a snap, fakes, and it's a completed pass to number 2 over there, and he is hit at the 50-yard line by a couple of Skyhawks, and that's all he's going to get. He's going to pick up about 4 on the play on that pass to Cantrell.
Skyhawks brings up 3rd down.
Actually, he's going to get, looks like a pretty good spot down to about the 49-yard line. And that's where they're going to spot it. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for Nitro.
Yeah, a little bit different look this week for Nitro. Last week we seen them, they really wanted to air it out. This week they're getting the ball out of Moody's hands quick and into some of their playmakers' hands and trying to get them into space and then let them try to pick up chunk yardage.
Play clock at 5, and Nitro's going to probably have to take a timeout down to 2-1, and Nitro will take a timeout. We'll take a 1-minute timeout as well. 1:34 to go in the first quarter. Scott 7, Nitro 0.
At Hanley Funeral Home, we offer unique opportunities for families to create healing moments after loss. With over 55 years of experience serving the Boone, Logan, and Lincoln communities, our staff will help you discover ways to pay tribute, whether that be at a burial service at one of our cemeteries or a personalized lasting memorial. Visit us at www.handleyfh.com or call 304-369-0718. The Handley family of business thanks you for your support.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
It is 3rd down and 4 for the Nitro Wildcats. Ball at the Scott 49-yard lines. Moody, the quarterback, will go with an empty backfield. He drops back. He's looking, fires one downfield. It is caught at the 40 and immediately brought down by a couple of Skyhawks. They'll pick up the first down on that completed pass to
Emilio Miller.
Flag on the play.
His favorite target. There is a flag on the play.
And let's see. The official.
Yep,
illegal procedure or illegal receiver downfield. That will bring that one back. It'll still be 3rd down and 9 for Nitro.
We'll bring up 3rd down.
So 5-yard penalty. It's almost 3rd and 10. Ball at that's 3rd and 9.5. Scout defense is set and ready. Nitro, Moody goes from the gun. Twin receivers each side of the field. There goes a man in motion. Quarterback drops back. Fires one downfield. It is caught by Cantrell down to the 40 once again. In between a couple of Skyhawks. And they'll pick up about 15 yards on that pass play.
Yeah, just a simple pop pass where they fake the wheel pass out to the flat to the man in motion, and Cantrell just sneaks from his tight end position right over the middle of the field.
Nitro set and ready. Now they'll move up. He'll go under center. Hands it off to... and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and goes backwards on the Emilio Miller was the ball carrier. Come from the receiver in the far side of the field in motion, took the handoff, loses a yard. It's going to be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, loses a yard. And right now, Joe, you're starting to see Nitro. This is a completely different offense from what we've seen last week from the Wildcats.
Play clock at 20. Game clock at 32. They'll get another play in. Twin receivers near side. Single wide out far side. A flanker for Nitro. Hands it off. No, fakes the handoff in the backfield. He's running left. He's got some room to go, and he'll run out of bounds at the 30. Going to give him a nice spot at the 36-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down.
It'll be 3rd down, and that will stop the game clock with 16 seconds.
Yeah, Moody, well, as I said earlier, Joe, we didn't see a lot of mobility last week because the pocket was so clean for him. This week, the pocket's kind of breaking down a little bit early, and now he's able to show off his athleticism, get outside and pick up some yards and make these 3rd downs a little more manageable.
Miller and Thompson line up the receivers to the near side for Nitro. Cantrell is wide, far side. Moody from the gun. Empty backfield. Moody drops back, wants to pass, fires it away. It's complete over there. He'll pick up the 1st down, and down to the Scott 20-yard line will be number 13, Elijah Littlejohn, who normally plays running back.
1st down.
Yeah, when the interview during the game, Coach McKenna said that they did not change up a thing, but I've not seen anything the same as they did last Friday night.
No, and you're seeing they want to get the ball out of Moody's hands quick, and that's exactly what they're going to get their playmakers into space.
And time will expire at the end of the 1st quarter. The score, the Scott Skyhawks 7, the Nitro Wildcats 0. You're listening to Scott Skyhawks Football on WZAC Video Productions and the Skyhawks Sports Network.
Choosing a new home.
With your insurance here at Caldwell Insurance Agency, I want to provide you with the best customer service available. I want to provide you with coverages that nobody else can provide you with, along with affordable rates. I promise you, when you come in this office, we will take better care of you than anybody else. Provide you with the best auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and life insurance. I want our family to be able to take care of your family, and I promise you we will be able to do that here at Caldwell Insurance Agency.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Skyhawks, Joe Linville.
1 quarter in the books in this Class AA round 1 of the the playoffs, and Scott leads it by a score of 7-0. Nitro knocking on the door. They have it 1st and 10 at the Scott 20-yard line. Josh Moody from the gun. Twin receivers each side of the field for Nitro. There goes Cantrell in motion. He'll move from the left side to the right side. Now they got 3 receivers far side. Fakes the handoff. He's under some pressure. He throws it, and it is almost intercepted. Number 23 over there for the Skyhawks, Mikey Bias, if he'd have been watching, he had a good shot at making an interception.
I think his eye was making a big hit on Charles Cantrell if he would have caught that. And then all of a sudden, Cantrell just wasn't able to handle the pass, and then it kind of just fell right into the lap of Mikey Bias, but he just wasn't able to get to it.
It is 2nd down and 10 for Nitro. They are at the Scott 20-yard line. Twin receivers, far side, twin receivers, near side. Josh Moody from the gun. Moody takes a snap, fakes the handoff, drops back, wants to pass. He's under some pursuit. He throws the ball downfield. It's thrown out of the reach of the intended receivers, out of bounds, incomplete. It is 3rd and 10 for Nitro.
Malachi Thompson was the target out there. He faked to the inside like he was going to run a dig route, and then immediately went outside, and it caught Mikey Bias kind of guessing there, and Mikey Bias tried to jump the dig, and that left the out route open for Thompson, but Moody moving to his right just didn't get his shoulders square enough to deliver a good ball for Thompson to be able to get to.
Little John will be in the backfield with Moody. He'll line up to the right, and play clock at 10. Nitro gets set. Moody from the gun. Moody takes a snap, drops back, wants to pass. Under some pressure, and he's running for his life, and they get him from behind and take him down. He'll get a couple yards on the run, but it'll be 4th down for Nitro.
And it's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play, so it's going to be 4th down and 6. But good pursuit there. Moody sensed that the pocket was collapsing, tried to step up and take off, but Dalton Milam was the first one to get his hand on him, and then a couple other Skyhawks come up and assist on the tackle.
4th and 6 for Nitro. Play clock at 20. Game clock, 11:15 here to go in the first half. Skyhawks up by a touchdown. Nitro going for it on 4th down.
How loud can you get, Skyhawks?
Moody from the gun. Empty backfield. Drops back, wants to pass. And he throws it, and it's incomplete. He throws it low, intended for Little John, and the Scott Skyhawks will take over on downs.
Yeah, but initially I think that's where Moody should have went in the first place. No one followed Little John out of the backfield when he went in motion, so therefore you knew he was going to be wide open because it was single coverage out there with Mikey Bias on Emilio Miller. And if Moody gets it to him right off, then that's probably an easy first down.
But the difference was the defense was putting pressure on Moody. He had to get rid of the ball, and Scott will take over on downs.
So this is 2 storms that Scott has weathered here. Like I said, Nitro's going to get their yards, but you just have to weather the storm.
Scott has it 1st and 10. Start the drive at their own 16-yard line. Fry from the gun, twin running backs in the backfield. Takes it, hands it off to Preston Cooper. Cooper gets around, he gets across the line, turns upfield, and he'll get a couple, maybe 3. And looks like he's going to be a gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Carson Branniger's still over here being worked on by Kyle Breedlove. They're looking at that right knee. He had a brace on it. The brace is off right now, and I think they got the massage gun out trying to work on it.
He's had that massage gun out at practice every day this week. Skyhawks line send a receiver out wide each side of the ball. Fry from the gun. Fry calling the numbers. Takes a snap, hands it off to Preston Cooper. Cooper goes to the left, and they are going to get him at the line of scrimmage. He's actually going to lose a yard, maybe 2.
Preston Cooper on the carry.
Couldn't find an open hole that time.
Brings up 3rd down for your Skyhawks.
It'll be 3rd down and 9 for Scott. Loss of 2 on the play. Let's see what the offensive coordinator can muster up out of the playbook. Play clock at 20 and rolling. Game clock 9:36 and rolling here in the 2nd quarter. Fry from the gun. Fry takes a snap, drops back. He wants to pass, fires one downfield. He's got, he was holding onto his shoulder all the way down through there, and no flag. The defender was literally holding Isaiah Bush, his shoulder all the way down the field, and no flag.
The initial contact I thought was enough to get away with, but when he reached up and grabbed the shoulder pad and the jersey and tugged, I thought that was definitely enough to get a flag. But I guess they determined that it was an uncatchable pass, but I don't know.
I don't know about that. When you're holding them back, you can't get to it, you know. So it will be 4th down, and Scott will punt. It's 4th down and 9 for about 8.5 for Scott. David Fennessy back to punt for the Skyhawks. And the snap is back. The kick is an end-over-end kick. It will bounce at the 45, roll out of bounds about 50. And that's where Nitro will put it in play.
Today's officials are referee Nathan Jones, umpire Vince McMillan.
Yeah, I guess we could call those. The officials are referee Nathan Jones, umpire Vince McMillan, linesman Mike Schieffer, line judge is Robin Reed, the side judge is Adam Kitchen, field judge is Greg Jones, and the back judge is Craig Parsons. Ball is spotted at the 50.
The tough part about it is now you put your defense back on the field after a 15-play, 49-yard drive from Nitro, and you're only able to take about a minute and a half off the clock, actual time, and now you're putting your defense right back onto the field.
Moody goes with an empty backfield. Twin receivers near side, 3 receivers far side. Here comes a man in motion. Cantrell drops back, a little screen pass, complete, over to the far side of the field. Still on his feet. He is still, and he breaks one tackle, and he finally is brought down, picked up about 14 yards on the play, and finally Scott tripped him up down around about the 31-yard line.
And Malachi Thompson was the receiver for Nitro, and it's just a quick little screen out to the far side of the field, and they do a good job of getting block up front, and he's able to have enough vision and able to cut it back to the middle of the field to pick up 19 yards on the play.
Nitro being successful with the pass today. It looks like they're going to stay with it. Littlejohn may line up in the backfield with Moody. They'll bring twin receivers to each side of the field. Moody from the gun. Now they'll have an empty backfield. Drops back. He's under some pressure. Unloads the ball down the field. If he just throws it away, it's incomplete.
Moody's pass.
2nd down for Nitro.
Brings up 2nd down.
The pressure was coming. The black and gold was hot and heavy, chasing down the quarterback in the back.
Defensive-wise,
they're going for a 35-yard field goal. And let's see what Nitro can do. The snap is back. The ball is down. The kick is low and no good.
No good. 7-0.
Field goal.
Maddox Cole was the kicker. What are they tires? A flag on the play.
Are you kidding me? False start.
A false start against Nitro on the field goal attempt.
False start.
And Scott will take over on downs.
That penalty will be declined. It's 1st down, Skyhawks.
7:18 to go in the first half. And Scott will start this drive at their own 20. Twin receivers to the near side. Single wide out far side. Preston Cooper, the lone tailback in the backfield to the right of Matt Fry. Fry calls the numbers, takes a snap, drops back, wants to pass. Complete to Preston Cooper. He's at the 20 and hit and knocked out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play.
Yeah, it's just simple little swing pass out.
Kind of what they've been doing.
Yeah, Preston Cooper just releases out of the backfield, and immediately Matt Fry looks downfield for a second and then throws it out to Preston Cooper, and he's able to pick up about 5 on the play.
Let's call it 8.
Yeah, sorry. John Cook got me over there. He was stopping. And
anyway, 2nd and 2 for Scott. Twin receivers to the near side. Tight end and a receiver to the far side. And a handoff to Preston Cooper up the middle. He'll pick up the 1st down and more. He crosses the 30. They're going to spot it, looks like at the 31.5-yard line for Scott.
Yeah, just getting a healthy dose of Preston Cooper here early, as he is already up to 8 carries for 23 yards. Scott's already ran the ball 14 times here.
6:50 on a rolling clock here in the second quarter. Skyhawks up 7-0. Skyhawks set, twin receivers each side. Matt Fry takes a snap, hands it off to Cooper once again. Cooper up the middle. He breaks. He's at the 40, 45 before they finally bring him down. He's going to be up to the 48-yard line, and another first down for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, that time a big hole opened up right in the middle center of that offensive line. Chase Styles, Braden Queen doing a really good job of opening up a hole, and Preston Cooper finds it quick, gets downhill, and is able to pick up a huge chunk play of about 15 yards on the play.
First and 10, Scott at their own 48-yard line. 6:25 on a rolling clock here in the second quarter. Twin receivers go to each side of the ball for Scott. Fry from the gun. Takes it, hands it off to Preston Cooper again. Cooper across the 50, a flag on the play. And Cooper will get down to about the Nitro 45-yard line, but the flag will stop the clock. And let's see what the call is.
This is usually an area of either holding or a face mask.
They're looking back. Now they're looking each side of the field. The official's still talking things over. Face mask, Nitro.
Face mask on the Wildcats.
And that will move the ball. That'll give Scott enough for the first down. They'll spot the ball at the Nitro 40. First and 10, Skyhawks. Game clock stops at 6:11. Here in the second quarter in this first round of the Class AA playoffs. Twin receivers each side of the field once again for Scott. Here comes a man in motion. Hands off to Preston Cooper up the middle. He's got a hole. He's at the 30, 25, 20 before he's brought down once again. A gain of about 20 yards on the play for Preston Cooper. Having an outstanding afternoon here in the first half.
Yeah, 22 yards on the pickup as he's down inside the 20 to the 18. But again, that offensive line is doing a fantastic job of opening up holes, and now Scott wants to go quick.
Matt Fry is set and ready. Twin receivers each side of the field. And Nitro takes a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 5:56 to go in the first half. Scott 7, Nitro 0. You're listening to Black and Gold Football on WZAC and Video Productions.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The Tint Guy has big news. The newest location is now open in Barboursville. Voted best in the Valley since 2020. Getting your windows tinted is now twice as easy. Go to the best, the Tint Guy.
Hey, Tint Guy here. Come see us at our new location in Barboursville.
The middle down to about the 15-yard line before being brought down. They went quick on that one.
Yeah, Scott's, they're trying to go quick. Nitro, you can kind of see a couple, especially their defensive ends. Cantrell, I've seen him down on the field on one knee several times, kind of begging for air a little bit, tired. And Scott's trying to take advantage of it right now and go quick as they huddle up and try to make me eat my words. But
clock rolling, yeah. Clock rolling, 5:25 to go in the first half. Skyhawks up by a touchdown. Now they have the ball up to 16 in the red zone, trying to put another touchdown on the board. Play clock at 8 and rolling. Matt Fry ready. Here comes a man in motion. Hand off to Preston. No, a pass incomplete in the middle. Jackson McCarty, touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown pass play from Matt Fry to Jax McCarty. Touchdown, Scott Skyhawks.
Now we finally see them run the RPO option play. And because Nitro has seen so much of the inside handoff to Preston Cooper, they bite on it instantly. You see the linebackers, they take a couple steps up to the line of scrimmage, and that allows Jax McCarty to sneak just over top of them. And we've seen Scott do that so many times this year and get really good at it. And the RPO gets Scott on the board again with a 16-yard touchdown pass from Matt Fry to Jax McCarty.
Tucker Breelove on to attempt the extra point once again by kicking. Cole Elkins the holder. Mason Brown the long snapper. Snap is back. The ball is up. Looks good from here. It is good. And the Skyhawks take a 14-0 lead over the Nitro Wildcats.
7-play, 80-yard drive for the Skyhawks on that drive.
And the Skyhawks in command here. 2 touchdowns, 5 minutes, 4 seconds to go till halftime.
And if you're Scott, the blessing in disguise is you're up 14-0 right now with arguably your best offensive player over here on the sideline since the first possession of the ball game, and Carson Brenniger. He's sitting over here on the bench trying to work out that knee injury as he's sitting over here with Timmy Brown.
Scott will kick from our left to right. Nitro is set. They're ready. They want the ball. And the Scott kicking team going out. Ryan Neal teeing it up at the 40. Scott is getting set as the Skyhawks lead it 14-0 here with 5 minutes to go in the half.
All right, Ryan, let's keep this one within the white lines here.
No score from the Sherman game. Was hoping to get an update there. No score from the Herbert Hoover game. Here comes Ryan Neal. High end over end kick. It will bounce, and it's touched, and it's bobbled loose, and he is hit at the 25. He gets free, and they catch back up with him at the 30 by a couple of Skyhawks. And number 4, and a flag is thrown on the play. Xavier Dickerson is the return man for Nitro. Kind of waiting to see as they decipher what the flags were thrown for down there on that play.
I think it's a little extracurricular.
Yeah, it's going to be a personal foul against Scott.
Personal foul on the Skyhawks.
4:57 showing on the game clock here in the first half. Skyhawks up 14-0. First down on the penalty. They'll move the ball up to the Nitro 47-yard line. 1st and 10, Wildcats. Scout defense set and ready. Nitro. Moody moves up under center. Man in motion. Turns, fakes the handoff, drops back, wants to pass. Oh, and a flag and a hold. And no flag on the play, but there was definitely a hold by a Nitro lineman. They complete the pass, but it's for a loss of 4 on the play.
Skyhawks.
Yeah, we've seen them run that play earlier. I think it was their first drive where they try to get you with motion and then slip Eli Littlejohn out of the backfield and throw a backside pass to him, but this time it was shut down by the Skyhawks.
Twin receivers to each side of the field. Moody drops back, wants to pass, rolls, he's under pressure, and he's just going to throw it away.
Moody's pass
incomplete. 3rd down. 3rd and 14.
Yeah, right now you're just seeing Josh Moody. He is very uncomfortable in the pocket right there. He actually moved into pressure whenever he probably should have stepped up in the pocket or maneuvered over to the right. This time he tries to come to the near side where Jax McCarty was actually getting a block shed off of his defender and was able to get into the face of Moody, and all he could do was just throw it away into the Scott bench.
Nitro will go with 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Single wide out near side. Littlejohn lines up at running back behind Moody. Moody drops back. He wants to pass. Fires one downfield. It's complete at the 50. But David Fennessy is right there to make the stop immediately. as it is in Scott territory at the 49. It's still going to be 4th down and 7. 4th and 6.
Yeah, Moody's getting rid of the ball when he does throw the ball downfield. He's getting rid of it early, and it's when receivers are getting out of their breaks, they're turning around and finding the ball on them.
Play clock at 17 and rolling. Game clock 3:40 to go in the first half. Moody and Littlejohn in the backfield. 3 receivers far side, single wide out to the near side. Here comes a man in motion, Cantrell. Moody drops back, wants to pass. Hail Mary's one down the field. He just throws it away. It's turned over to the Skyhawks.
Yeah, that right there, the pressure that Scott has been able to put on Josh Moody is what caused that incompletion. He is getting rid of the ball early.
He just threw that one almost.
Yeah, he's getting the ball, giving the ball away early in routes, and the receivers, they're not even getting time to turn around and find the ball. And that time you see him, it was a premature pass, and it was a high pass, and it was nowhere in the neighborhood of the receiver, Malachi Thompson.
There was no receivers, nowhere close. Scott has it, and they'll start this drive at their own 49. 3:23 to go in the first half. Skyhawks up 14-0. Matt Fry from the gun. Twin receivers each side. Fry takes a snap, hands it off to Preston Cooper, and it was a horse collar, no flag, and Cooper still on his feet. He'll pick up about 4 yards on the play. They're only going to give him, they're going to give him 3 yards on the play. He'll carry it across the 50 down to the Nitro 47-yard line. Gain of 4?
Yep.
Wow. Pitiful spot. Scott has it 2nd and 6. Skyhawks out of the huddle. Braden Clark comes wide for Scott. Fry from the gun. Hands it off to Preston Cooper. Cooper around the left side. He's across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. We're going to spot the ball at the 43-yard line on the Nitro side of the field. Game clock rolling at 2:16. Skyhawks out of the huddle. Jax McCarty and Braden Clark lines up wide to the near side. Fry hands it off to Preston Cooper once again. He's got the first down and more, down to the 35, down to about the 32-yard line. And the Skyhawks are just moving the ball on the ground pretty much at will.
Yeah, and a good credit. It's the offensive line. Preston Cooper's done a good job of getting downhill as we see a Nitro player down on the far sideline. I think it's number 7 for Nitro, which would be Zymar Henry over there. But you're seeing the Scott offensive line. They're just doing a fantastic job of keeping their blocks and sealing the edges and opening up holes for Preston Cooper because he's just running downhill. There's not a lot of picking and choosing the hole. It's hitting it and getting upfield.
Official timeout on the field, still dealing with the injured player. 2 minutes, 1 second to go in the first half. Scott leads this one by a score of 14-0. The ball is spotted at the 32. It will be 1st and 10 Scott once the injured player looks like they're treating him for a cramp.
It kind of looks like a knee maybe too at the same time. I thought cramp originally.
Now the trainer's helping him up, and he's getting up on his own power.
It's definitely a cramp. You can see the way his
he's
leg
kind of wobbling off the field there,
Get help with your college tuition.
But the play clock has not been reset.
For more information,
Scott all huddled up over here in front of the Scott bench. Skyhawks wearing all black today. Black helmets, black jerseys, gold numerals. And now they head out to the ball. 1st and 10, Scott.
Carson Brenniger still out of the ball game, but he is up and standing on the sideline and has that knee brace back on.
Fry from the gun. Fry, bad snap, drops back. He rolls right, throws it away, incomplete.
That should be intentional grounding.
I don't know how they could call that. They hadn't called a couple other plays out there today. Got by with one there.
With one there, definitely.
2nd and 10. It was just a bad snap. Fry couldn't.
It wasn't a bad snap. Fry wasn't ready for the snap.
Okay.
I think it was an early snap, and Fry was still trying to determine the call on the field.
Fry from the gun, takes the snap, hands it off to Preston Cooper. Cooper goes up the middle. He's got a block. He breaks one. He gets down to the 25-yard line. He is wrapped up by about 3 white jerseys from Nitro. And gain of 6 on the play. He's going to get down. It'll be 3rd and 4 for Scott. McCarty and Clark lined up to the near side. Fry and Preston Cooper in the backfield. Once again, hand off to Preston Cooper. He's got the first down and more inside, or actually over to the left, down to about the 20-yard line, and they will get the first down, move the sticks, and a timeout. Nitro. No? Scott is going to call a timeout to stop the clock. We'll take a 1-minute timeout as well. The score, 1:13 to go in the half. Scott 14, Nitro 0.
Nitro 0.
At Boone Memorial.
The short drive to Danville and come see us where the Make the Summer sales event is in full swing at Stevens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got savings on all models, including up to $14,000 below MSRP on the 2023 Ram Limiteds and 15% off MSRP on the 2023 Jeep Compasses. And the new 2024 Wranglers are awesome and arriving daily. So come see us for the Make the Summer sales event at Stevens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 119 in Danville.
WCAC, Danville, Madison. And now let's go back to the field. Here's the voice of the Scott Skyhawks, Joe Linville.
Skyhawks take a timeout, trying to stop the clock, get a little to regroup here as we head off to the half. The ball is at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10, Scott. Here come the Skyhawks out of the huddle. Matt Fry will go from the gun. Preston Cooper will line up to his right.
I'd like to see them run that RPO right here again to Jacks over the middle.
Fry is set, calls the numbers, takes the snap, hands it off to Preston Cooper. Same play, around the left side. He's inside the 15. Looks like they're going to spot it down at the 15. Yep.
It's a gain of 6 on the play.
2nd and 4. Scott set and ready. Fry from the gun. Here goes a man in motion. Hands it off. No, fakes the handoff. Fry comes back, throws one into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown! Jax McCarty catches it on the run over in the left-hand side of the end zone for the touchdown.
Who's been calling for that all year? Who's been asking for
Chris Barrett.
I mean, the boy is 6'4", and is built like a house and catches everything. I mean, it amazes me that Scott doesn't look for them more, especially in the red zone.
What yard wrong?
It was a 15-yard touchdown pass. 8 plays, 51 yards.
And Tucker Breelove is on to kick the extra point for Scott. Cole Elkins, the holder for the Skyhawks. Mason Brown, the long snapper. Long count. Snap is back. Kick is away. Looks good from here. It is no good. Off to the left. Scott will jump out to a 20-0 lead over the Nitro Wildcats. 45 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, I mean, this is a major confidence boost for Scott right now. As we said, Carson Brenniger, arguably your best offensive player, the guy that you get the ball to in space, and probably the guy Matt Fry trusts the most, especially in the passing game, hasn't seen the field since the first drive of the game, and now you've put 3 touchdowns on the board, and barring anything happening quick here before the half, you're going to go into the halftime with a 3-touchdown lead and the ball coming out of half.
Ryan Neal will kick it away for Scott. It'll be a left to right kick once again for the Skyhawks. Nitro has 5 players back deep, 3 in the secondary, 2 back at about the 15-yard line.
It's Emilio Miller and number 5, Ashton Crouch, is back deep. Or I'm sorry, number 6, Nutty Hall, back deep for the Nitro Wildcats.
First time you've called his name today, I believe. Here comes Neal with the kick. It's a end-over-end kick. It will be fielded at the 30, and he comes up, sidesteps at the 35, and they will catch him out of bounds. Number 11 on the return, and a late flag.
Michael Wise on the return. Brought down by number
And I'm sure they're
1.
going to get him for a throwdown out of bounds. Coach Jeremy Dolan comes up and talking to the officials in front of the Scott bench. Personal foul against Nitro. Wow, that was kind of surprising. They must have said something.
He's first down.
Yeah, because I didn't see anything.
Well, the only thing I saw was, the tackle. When he brought him down out of bounds. But they're saying he was flapping his jaw, so penalty on the Nitro return man. So Nitro will start the drive back at their own. Man, they just keep walking. 21-yard line. 39 seconds to go in the half. And Scott will get the ball to begin the second half of play. Moody goes from the gun. Littlejohn to his left. 3 receivers near side. Single wide out to the far side. Moody calls the numbers. Moody takes a snap, drops back, wants to pass. He's under some pressure. He starts rolling right. He throws it away. Oh, actually, it's caught out about at the 35-yard line. Not sure how Cantrell caught that, but he picked it up when it was about a foot off the ground and pulled it in for the reception.
Yeah, Nitro's got to go quick, too, because they only have the single timeout. The clock will stop to move the chains, but it'll immediately start right now.
And there goes the clock. Moody from the gun. Drops back. And he throws one away in front over to the Nitro bench. Intended once again for, that time for Littlejohn, but he was out of bounds. No way it was catchable pass. Yeah, second down.
Moody's just really uncomfortable right now. You could see he's not even setting his feet to deliver most of these balls like we've seen last week in Nitro, being able to set his feet and get crisp passes off. Now you're seeing him kind of wayward, and he's just not getting his feet set.
Empty backfield. Moody, he's under some pressure. Rolls right, throws one way downfield. It is incomplete. There's no way that was caught, and the officials say incomplete. He was out of bounds.
I don't know.
Well, he first signaled incomplete, and now they're bringing the ball back.
Yeah, I don't know that it was incomplete, though.
He was out of bounds. When he came down in the white over there. 3rd and 10. 11 seconds. And Nitro still waiting to get their play called in from the far sideline. 11 seconds on a stop clock. Probably have time for one more play.
Well,
looks like they're going to bring Littlejohn in once again as a running back. Twin receivers each side of the field. Josh Moody from the gun for Nitro. Takes the snap. Empty backfield. Throws one down the field. It is incomplete. It was caught, and he dropped it.
Brings up 4th down.
He pulled the ball in over there, but then could not hang on to it on the run. And I'm still waiting to see who that is. That's who I thought.
Emilio Miller.
And it is 4th down for Nitro with 6 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, I wouldn't have anybody within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Nitro calls a timeout. Here come the Skyhawks defense, and they're waving their arms. They want this crowd to start cheering and make some noise with 6 seconds to go. And we'll just keep it right here as we get ready to head into the half. Stick around. Coming up at the half, we have a 2-part interview with Michael Hager, a Scott High graduate, WVU cheerleader, and now the Mountaineer mascot. And he's got some neat tales to tell. I enjoyed spending some time with him earlier in the week and getting caught up with Michael with a lot of his experiences in Morgantown. But he says he comes home at least about twice a week, so he's keeping his ties wide open here in Madison.
Delivered for over 100 years.
Yeah, and it's just fantastic. He's one of my favorite kids that I've ever coached. He's just, especially on the baseball side, because he was always willing to do whatever you asked of him. He's just a fantastic kid. I love him to death.
I hate to even mention this, but he spoke very highly of you.
Well, I appreciate it. I think very highly of him, too.
Yeah, he's a good kid. All right, it is 4th and 10 for Nitro. Moody goes from the gun. Final play of the half. Moody drops back. Got men wide open. Hail Mary down the field. It is going to be intercepted. Coming across the 45-50. It is number 1, Braden Clark, still on his feet. He's just trying to run out time, and the time has expired, and Braden Clark gets the interception, and the Skyhawks will take off to the locker room with a 20-0 halftime lead.
Yeah, just fantastic there. They had to throw the bomb. It was kind of a lame duck, one that went straight up in the air, and Braden Clark was the one that was able to come down with it, and Scott goes into the locker room.
The official out there talking to David Fennessy for some reason. He and Coach Dolan, not sure what that conversation is all about. But anyway, both teams head off to the locker room. And we'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with Michael Hager. Not Braden Clark. Michael Hager interview after this. The score at the half, Scott leads Nitro 20-0. You're listening to Skyhawks Football on WZAC, Skyhawks Sports Network, and Video Productions.
At Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
With Erie Insurance here at Caldwell Insurance Agency, I want to provide you with the best customer service available. I want to provide you with coverages that nobody else can provide you with, along with affordable rates. I promise you, when you come in this office, we will take better care of you than anybody else. Provide you with the best auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and life insurance. I want our family to be able to take care of your family, and I promise you we will be able to do that here at Caldwell Insurance Agency.
At Miller Brothers Pharmacy, we are dedicated to providing outstanding personalized customer service at an affordable price. We are your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and medical needs. Our staff has over 90 years of experience, so you can count on fast, personal attention. Our pharmacy is proud to offer delivery service for your convenience with free delivery for patients within Madison and Danville city limits. Contact a member of our team about delivery today.
Make the short drive to Danville and come see us, where the Make the Summer sales event is in full swing at Stevens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got savings on all models, including up to $14,000 below MSRP on the 2023 Ram Limiteds and 15% off MSRP on the 2023 Jeep Compasses. And the new 2024 Wranglers are awesome and arriving daily. So come see us for the Make the Summer sales event at Stevens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 119 in Danville.
Relationships in life are more important than the one between you and your Michelin tires. Rugged, long-lasting Michelin truck tires. Michelin, a better way forward.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Buddy League basketball, I was a 6-year Madison Colt. So to me, my whole life is basically like jumping from sport to sport, from practice to practice, and try to continue that as much as I could as I got a little bit older.
Of course, Madison grade school's all in one facility. Now, when I went to Madison grade, there was actually 2 buildings. They had the annex, and then when you got into 4th grade, you come over to the other building. So that shows how things have changed over the years. But let's talk a little bit. Of course, you went to Scott High School. You played athletics there. Let's talk a little bit about this. Kind of refresh our memory in your sporting days with baseball and football.
So I was a 4-year member of both teams. Baseball, I was number 44 every year. And the reason for that, number 44 is Reggie Jackson, Mr. October. And I was not a very good baseball player, but I was a pretty decent football player. And in West Virginia in October, that's football season. So, I was still Mr. October, but that was more of a football kind of thing. Then, football, my junior year, I started 11 games at left guard, middle linebacker. Then senior year, I started 8 games at left tackle, and then I got to tote the rock at fullback a little bit for 2 games.
Let's talk a little bit about baseball. You mentioned Mr. Kuhn earlier. Any advice or anything you learned from him that you might still use today, or you took his advice on something?
Absolutely. Coach Kuhn was a great mentor of mine. He was my Little League coach in baseball, too. And he's still a resource I know I can always reach out to anytime I need some type of life advice. He's still always there for me.
What about football? I know you've made a lot of friends and guys you still stay in touch with. What did playing Scott football really mean? Because, back in the days when I went to Scott, the football team or any of the teams hardly ever made it to the playoffs or whatever. And then, of course, Coach Griffith come in and kind of changed the program over the years and has really built up Scott football to what it is today.
Right. I was fortunate enough to get to play 2 years for Coach Griffith. And my freshman year, we were a state playoff team. My freshman year, we had 22 seniors on the team, so there wasn't a whole lot of time for any underclassmen to get any type of playing time. But I still got to learn, how a high school football team is ran. And, Coach Griff is still one of my best coaching mentors. So some of the advice that he gave me is never ask your athletes to do anything that you wouldn't do or haven't done. So, I really took that to heart as the strength conditioning coach for Scott. So, any of the boys will tell you I'm always the push-up guy. So anytime the boys are doing push-ups or running, I'm right there doing it with them. Maybe not as fast as Carson, but, first, I still try my best to get out there with them.
When you played sports, did you live in the weight room during the off season?
Yeah, absolutely. As a 150-pound left guard, you kind of have to. Nick Shreve was kind of my big lifting mentor. He taught me pretty much everything I know about that and continues to still be a good resource for me.
When you were still a student at Scott, you actually cheered some with the Scott cheerleaders. How did that all become about?
I just thought it'd be kind of funny, to be able to, tackle people on Friday night and hold girls in the air on Saturday. So it was definitely a new learning experience for me because the world of cheerleading is a little bit different than football. You see a dude that you're going to play Friday night out on the streets, you're not very nice to him. But, you see one of the girls that you cheer against and everyone's like so nice to each other. So it was definitely a different type of environment for me that I had to learn how to get used to.
Male cheerleaders at Scott High School is not something you see every day. Did any of your buddies give you a hard time about doing that?
I mean, they tried, but when you're an all-conference offensive lineman, it's kind of tough to say anything about that.
Yeah, that's true. So what aspect of Scott High School do you remember? Was it playing sports, cheering, or the academic part of it?
Don't get me wrong, academics are very important, but to me, it's how well the community gets behind you when you put a product on the field that's exciting to watch. Unfortunately, while I was there, the football team was never quite what we wanted it to be. We had a couple pretty good games, but we were never able to piece together a full season. But the support from the community while I was on the baseball team, and we had some, top 10 teams, was really, really cool to see. Everyone within Boone County and everyone at Scott High School can kind of get behind one thing.
When did you decide in high school you wanted to go on to college?
So basically my whole life it was preached like, hey, you're going to go to college, you're going to find something. Honestly, until I had a knee surgery my junior year and fell in love with the physical therapy process, I didn't know what I was going to go to college for. But, like I said, Coach Shreve and then Trish and Mike over at Boone Memorial Physical Therapy, they kind of helped me find my passion, so I'm really, really appreciative to them for that.
What I guess, what drove you to apply to go to West Virginia University?
So to be honest, WVU was the only school I applied to. My entire life, I've been a huge Mountaineers fan. I was the mini runaway beer truck when I played for the Colts. Shout out Owen Schmidt. But to me, I'd always wanted to go there, and as soon as I took my first tour of campus, I knew there was nowhere else I wanted to go, so why waste time filling it out on a piece of paper?
All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Michael Hager, and we're going to talk about his days in Morgantown as a Mountaineer. We'll be back with more of our Burnside Hardware halftime report after this. You're listening to Black and Gold Football on WZAC, the Skyhawks Sports Network, and Video Productions.
At People's Bank, our team of
At Handley Funeral Home, we offer unique opportunities for families to create healing moments after loss. With over 55 years of experience serving the Boone, Logan, and Lincoln communities, our staff will help you discover ways to pay tribute, whether that be at a burial service at one of our cemeteries or a personalized lasting memorial. Visit us at www.handleyfh.com or call 304-369-0718. The Handley family of business thanks you for your support.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The Southern Pineapple in downtown Madison is your choice for women's clothing and accessories. They have styles that fit all ages, along with local handmade jewelry. From elegant to everyday wear, the Southern Pineapple is your place to shop. Find us on Facebook, subscribe to our page, so you can see all the latest products and inventory. Come and shop at our unique boutique and be sweet.
Relationships in life are more important than the one between you and your Michelin tires. Rugged, long-lasting Michelin truck tires. Michelin, a better way forward.
Conversation with Michael Hager, who is now the official mascot for the West Virginia University Mountaineers. And once you got on campus in Morgantown, I'm sure that was a big adjustment. Do you remember anything right off the bat that really changed in your life?
Absolutely. See, my graduating class was somewhere right around 130 kids. My very first class was a Biology 101 class with 240 people in it. So, that's like basically my entire graduating class since I've won lecture hall. So it was definitely, I don't want to say a culture shock, but definitely a cultural adjustment for me. And, you grow up with kids from Boone County who all have very similar life experiences to you. And then you're sitting in class with kids from California, New Jersey, and New York, and Florida who had a completely different upbringing than you. So it's kind of cool to see how other cultures and how people from other parts of the country are a little bit different but still have the same type of passions that you have.
Once you got to Morgantown and you wanted to get involved with the school and, even cheerleading, tell us about that experience. How did you decide that you wanted to even try out as a WVU cheerleader?
So I never had any intentions of cheering in college. I was still holding out hope, probably until last week that I'd finally hit that growth spurt and Coach Brown would let me walk on at tight end. But I was just talking to a girl on the PRT, and she'd happened to be on the cheer team. And, freshman year, they kind of discourage you from bringing a vehicle to Morgantown. And this girl was a junior or a senior, so she had a car and asked if she could pick me up and take me to practice. I'm like, hey, if you have a car, you can take me wherever you want to go. So she took me to the Coliseum, and it was a really, really rewarding experience for me. You grew up your whole life playing a sport, having a goal to work towards. And then all of a sudden you're 18, 3 hours away from home, and it's like you don't really have that type of structure anymore. So it was really, really good for me that I could find something basically to start learning from scratch and just kind of put a lot of effort into.
So cheering, I presume there's a tryout procedure?
Yeah. So if you're an athletic male, the trial procedure is sign the paper and here's your uniform.
Wow.
Just because it is tougher to find some male cheerleaders sometimes. Yeah. So the trial for me was I showed up, I threw a girl in the air holder there for a couple seconds. They're like, all right, you're hired.
Wow, that's unreal. And you were how long were you actually a Mountaineer cheerleader?
So I cheered for the Mountaineers for 4 years, which was cool for me because I've been to pretty much every Big 12 stadium. So once I became the Mountaineer, that was kind of an easy transition for me because I already understood how game day travel works. It was a very valuable experience to me to know how to get a crowd excited because I did it for 4 years with a megaphone. Now I just do it with a musket instead.
What got into your mind that you thought, hey, I would like to be the Mountaineer one day?
So I saw in the blue lot one day Trevor Keys, who was the 65th Mountaineer. I saw the interaction he had with a group of fans and the excitement and joy he brought to that group just by coming over and saying, like, hey, how are you guys? And how excited they all were even after he left. So, even though I knew I couldn't have the impact of stopping Texas's or Oklahoma's running game on the football field, I could have an impact that went way beyond any of that.
So once you actually tried out and you felt like you had a pretty legitimate shot, what kind of feeling was that?
Yeah, so I tried out to be the 68th Mountaineer. I made it past the top 80, and I made it to the top 10 to the interview stage. But it didn't go as well as I thought it would, and to me it would have been really easy to kind of be salty about it and think like I didn't want to be the Mountaineer anyway. But to me, that's like, okay, I've had this experience. I know what to expect for next time. Now let's go out and figure out how I can become a better applicant and try again.
During the basketball game in the Coliseum, and, I guess the final couple of candidates are there and you're there, what did you think when they called your name as the next WVU Mountaineer?
It was, I thought I had a pretty good tryout because during my entire tryout portion, I thought, like, don't have any regrets after this. Don't think, man, I could have been louder. I could have started another cheer. I could have got people more involved. So I felt pretty good after the tryout, but to actually hear that and then to get to go grab the musket and do your first Let's Go Mountaineers as the Mountaineer, it's really a surreal experience. And then after that, you're pulled in the back. There's 32 cameras in front of you, a bunch of lights. Everyone's asking questions. There's not really a whole lot of learning period. There's no class you go to that's like, here's how to be the Mountaineer. It's like, here's the musket. Good luck.
Let's back up just a little bit. You actually have gotten involved in things as a tutor and a couple other things. Let's talk a little bit about that part of your life living in Morgantown.
Yes, I try to be as involved as possible in the Madison and in the Boone County community. I was, lucky enough to be brought on as an assistant strength conditioning coach for the football team. So that was one of my favorite community service things that I've ever got to do. But I wanted to become more involved in my Morgantown community as well. So, I got involved with an organization called Pantry Plus More, where you deliver lunches and food to underprivileged children. Then I also served as a math tutor at Suncrest Elementary. So, once or twice a week, I had to figure out if I was smarter than a fifth grader that day or not.
What's a typical day? Since it's football season, let's use that as what's a typical day? Say a 1 o'clock kickoff in Morgantown. What time does your day start and what time does it end, and what all happens in the meantime?
So regardless of what time kickoff is, I'm there at about 7:30 in the morning. And my logic to that is, unfortunately, the Mountaineer is only a 1-year term. So I'm going to get the most out of that 1 year that I possibly can. So, with 6 football games, I want to use every minute that I have available. So I'll get there at 7:30, and then I basically just walk around, take pictures, go to tailgates, have fun. I get to eat some really, really good food, but not too much because my leather doesn't stretch too far. And then, I go to the man trip, walk the team in, and then it's kind of game day from there. So, I'll use the pit game as an example. That was, a 7:30 kickoff. So I'm there 12 hours before the day starts. And the little app on your phone that tracks your steps says that I did 13 and a half miles before the game started. So I got my half marathon before 7 p.m. and then, the whole football game afterwards.
Give us a little bit of aspect of what you do as the Mountaineer, but not necessarily at sporting events.
Yeah, so only, I'd say, 1/4 of my events are sports related. So, 75% of everything I do is community based. Whether that be hospital visits, reading at grade schools, going to parades, fairs, festivals, 4-H camps. The 75% of everything is just going out into the community all over West Virginia. At this point, I think I've been to 37 different counties for events, and this morning, it was Thursday morning, I did my 318th event at Madison Grade School. So that was really cool for me to go back to a place I went to school at, and it's incredibly rewarding, because you walk into a classroom and kids are instantly excited to see you, and they're going to talk about you all day after you leave.
Well, Michael, it's unreal, the support that you've shown back here in Madison, but let's talk real quickly about your education. You're pursuing an undergraduate degree in exercise physiology. You have a double minor in psychology and communications. So where does that take you from here?
So I'm hoping to get my MBA next year, and then after that I want to get my doctorate of physical therapy. So my dream is to open up a physical therapy practice somewhere in the southern part of the state. So I figure I should probably learn how to do a business before I learn how to make your elbow feel better. But to me, obviously the opioid epidemic's kind of struck this area hard, so I want to show people that there's a better way to manage pain than opioids. There's lots of physical exercise you can do that can just fix your problem instead of masking it.
Michael, this whole community is so proud of you and what you've done here and, especially in Morgantown. But is there any family members that has been really your guide, your mold, your encourager over the years?
Yeah, absolutely. And my mom is awesome. A fun little story I'll tell is the first football game that she went to at WVU when I was a cheerleader. After the game, she's like, I'm going to be honest, I was watching the football game the whole time. I forgot that I was supposed to look at the cheer team for a change. But my mom's awesome, and she'd do anything for anybody.
But it amazes me, just going to a football game, you're all over the place. You come out with the team when they come out, and you're always down there with the cheerleaders and working your way through the stands and so forth. I'd say a day at Mountaineer Field is pretty exhausting.
Yeah, absolutely. I might be the only mascot that goes home and ices his knees afterwards. I'm looking at our athletic trainer like, hey, is there any ibuprofen in that bag? But, to me, I want to leave it all on the field. I don't want to have any regrets when I'm done being the Mountaineer.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. And I don't think we forgot to mention you were kind of all-conference football player here at Scott High School. So that's a big thing with the game, being today with Nitro and so forth. But thanks for coming by. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule. And just keep on keeping on being Michael Hager.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, and I'm incredibly proud to be from Boone County.
All right. Thank you very much. We've been talking to Michael Hager, Scott graduate, and the current mascot for the West Virginia University Mountaineers. We'll be back with more of our Burnside Hardware halftime report after this. You're listening to Black and Gold Football on WZAC, the Skyhawks Sports Network, and Video Productions.
With Erie Insurance here at Caldwell Insurance Agency, I want to provide you with the best customer service available. I want to provide you with coverages that nobody else can provide you with, along with affordable rates. I promise you, when you come in this office, we will take better care of you than anybody else. Provide you with the best auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and life insurance. I want our family to be able to take care of your family, and I promise you we will be able to do that here at Caldwell Insurance Agency.
At Miller Brothers Pharmacy, we are dedicated to providing outstanding personalized customer service at an affordable price. We are your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and medical needs. Our staff has over 90 years of experience, so you can count on fast, personal attention. Our pharmacy is proud to offer delivery service for your convenience with free delivery for patients within Madison and Danville city limits. Contact a member of our team about delivery today.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
The Tint Guy has big news. The newest location is now open in Barboursville. Voted best in the Valley since 2020. Getting your windows tinted is now twice as easy. Go to the best, The Tint Guy.
Hey, Tint Guy here. Come see us at our new location in Barboursville.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
In Madison.
You're listening to the Scott Skyhawks on C92 and the Skyhawks Sports Network.
At the half, the Scott Skyhawks lead the Nitro Wildcats by a score of 20-0. And we are getting ready for the second half kickoff. The Skyhawks will take the kickoff from the Nitro Wildcats. Anything outstanding in the first half there, Mr. Barrett?
No, I mean, you've seen what Scott wanted to do. They wanted to establish the run early. That's exactly what they did. Preston Cooper, 17 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown so far. And they've done a really good job of establishing that run and allowing it to open up the pass. They've only thrown the ball 3 times here in the first half, which is very uncharacteristic for Scott. But it's opened up enough to get Jax McCarty open in the secondary.
And that was 2 touchdowns from Matt Fry to Jax McCarty on 2 of those passes. Here comes the kickoff from Nitro. It's a high end-over-end kick. It is taken by Isaiah Bush at the 12, across the 15. He comes up across the 20, trying to get around to the outside, and they get him at the 20-yard line. And that's where Scott will put it in play, 1st and 10. Of course, Preston Cooper ran the first touchdown in from 2 yards out. 18-yard pass play from Matt Fry to Jax McCarty, and the second one was a 15-yard pass play from Matt Fry to Jax McCarty. They spot the ball at the Scott 21, and that's where the Skyhawks will start as the 4th-ranked Scott Skyhawks taking on the 13th-ranked Nitro Wildcats here in the first round of the WESSA C playoffs. And a flag in the backfield of the defense.
Too many men on the field for Nitro.
Wow. I'm impressed they caught that. So that'll give Scott a 5-yard bonus to start the drive. They'll start the drive now at the 26 instead of the 21. 1st and 5, Scott.
The 1st down and 5 for your Skyhawks.
Matt Fry from the gun. Twin receivers both sides of the ball for Scott. Fry takes a snap, hands it off to Preston Cooper. Cooper goes absolutely nowhere. Probably a loss on the play. And he's going to lose.
Come up with the football, actually. I guess they're saying forward progress was stopped.
Ball now at the Scott 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Skyhawks come out of the huddle. They will go twin receivers to each side of the field. Fry calling the numbers, takes a snap, drops back, looks, completed pass to Preston Cooper, and he falls down. He was trying to turn up field at the sideline, and his feet just kind of come out from under him, and he went down and lost another yard on the play.
Yeah, tried that swing pass that we've seen him try back in the first half, in the first quarter, that allowed Preston Cooper to get into space and pick up about 8-9 yards. This time, pass was just a little bit behind Preston. When he reached back, it kind of just made him lose his balance.
Twin receivers go both sides. Fry from the gun, and a jump on the Nitro side of the ball. Cantrell jumps, and they'll throw the flag, and that'll cost them 5 yards here on 3rd down. So the officials come back and talk things over. The 5-yard penalty now marked off against the Wildcats. That'll move the ball up to the Scott 29-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 2.
Wildcats bring up a 3rd down.
Skyhawks out of the huddle. Twin receivers both sides once again. Carter McClung and Isaiah Bush line up on the far side. Braden Clark and Jax McCarty to the near side. Preston Cooper, the running back, will line up to the left side of Matt Fry from the gun. And they want 10:20 put on the clock.
He's got a mic. Why couldn't he sit down?
That's a good question. He likes yelling. Maybe he needed to get off a little frustration. Play clock has never been reset. Skyhawks are ready. Fry goes from the gun. Fry calls the numbers. Takes the snap, drops back, wants to pass. He rolls right, now rolls back left. He's under a ton of pressure. He unloads, he throws it away for an incomplete pass. He goes down in the backfield after throwing the pass.
Fry's pass incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
I would have liked to have seen Scott right there try to run the read option. They've gotten Nitro to bite on that inside handoff so much to Preston Cooper that I think they could have had that read option.
4th down and 2. And I believe Scott will punt it away. Let's see what happens when they come out of the huddle. No, they're going for it. 4th and 2, and the Skyhawks are going for it.
Maybe they're going to try to get him to jump off sides.
Matt Fry from the gun.
Now they're going to punt.
Fry will punt it. And he gets a high end-over-end kick. Nobody back to return it. And it takes a good Scott bounce at the 35. Rolls inside the 30, across the 25, down to the 20. And that's where Scott will down the ball back at the Nitro 20. And that's where the Wildcats will put it in play, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was a good decision right there. You've already got him to jump off sides one time here in that possession to get a free 5 yards. You line up like you're going to go for it. You try to get him to jump off sides again, and then you just kind of drop back and let Matt Fry punt it and flip field position completely right there.
And Fry has been practicing punting quite a bit in practice, so nothing out of the ordinary for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, ends up being a 51-yard punt.
Josh McCarty lines up from the gun. The official back talking to McCarty. Got a single wide out to the near side, twin receivers to the far side. Little John lines up as the tailback. Play clock was never reset. So Nitro is set and ready. McCarty, or Moody from the gun. Moody takes a snap, hands it off to Little John. Little John coming to the near side, and he is sandwiched behind the 20. He'll take a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, David Fennessy and also Jax McCarty was there to make that tackle. And it looked like Little John had running room around this outside. It looked like Nitro done a decent job of sealing, and his speed was going to get him to the edge. But David Fennessy comes from that hybrid linebacker position up and makes a really good stop.
Loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11 now for Nitro. 3 receivers to the far side. Single wide out near side for Nitro. Josh Moody, empty backfield. From the gun, drops back, wants to pass, fires one to the far side of the field, and it is to number 23, and he is hit hard from behind. They'll move the ball up to about the 27-yard line. They're going to be short by about 3 yards. But when he turned around, he was nailed from behind. And I believe that was Ty Mitchell that laid the lumber over there.
He kind of stuttered stepped to try to see if there was any running room. And because of that, that's what allowed that hit from Mitchell to be laid on him.
Triple receivers to the near side this time now for the Wildcats. Moody from the gun. Drops back, looking to pass. Fires one downfield. It's complete. And he is sandwiched once again. And they finally give him forward motion at the 40. 1st down, Nitro.
It's going to be a pickup of 13 on the play for the Wildcats. And they're still trying to get the ball out of the hands of Moody quick, as these are still quick reads. It's not down the field. That was just a little simple set-down route there by Thompson. He finds a soft spot in the coverage, zone coverage, and he just kind of sets down, and Moody's able to find him.
The officials are wanting the clock to roll, but they're not setting the play clock. Maybe it's down again.
Malfunctioning.
This one down here reads the other one's 0. Here we go. Moody from the gun. Man in motion. He wants to throw the ball. He had to throw it away as Jax McCarty and Trent Bice was all over Moody in the backfield.
Tell you what, that one also was very close to being a grounding call as well. There was no receiver in the vicinity, and he just kind of threw it over here around midfield into the Scott bench.
Second down and 10 now for Nitro. Ball resting at the Nitro 39-yard lines. Moody from the gun. Calls the numbers. Takes the snap. Drops back. Wants to pass. Fires one downfield. It's off the fingertips of the intended receiver. Cantrell pushed off. Number 7 for Scott. After the play, Matt Fry. And the flags will fly. That'll be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Nitro.
Yeah, he was mad because Matt Fry still hit him, but what he doesn't realize is he kind of let up. Yeah, he still hit him, but once he seen that the ball was not caught, Matt Fry let up on him, and he didn't hit him very hard and kind of gave up. And Cantrell kind of come into him more than anything, and then Cantrell gets him with a push in the back.
Personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct is the call from the officials, and that'll be 15 yards charged against the Wildcats.
And it's a dead ball penalty, so it's third down, or at least it should be.
They're still saying second, and there's a third down, and they call it like it's supposed to be. It is third down and
third down and
25. Moody drops back. He's under some pressure. He rolls right. He throws one downfield, and he throws it. It's caught by Fennessy, but he was out of bounds over there on the far side.
Moody's pass incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
Moody. Fennessy comes out there, and he's going first down Scott, but he was out of bounds when he caught the ball. Fourth down and 25 now for the Wildcats.
And if you're Nitro, I don't know how you don't punt this ball. I know you're down three scores, but
nobody's back for Scott.
Here they come, yeah. That's a very wise decision from Nitro head coach.
Oh, that would
Boone
be
McKenna
insane going for that one, yeah. 7:43 on the third quarter clock. Skyhawks lead this one by a score of 20-0.
And if I'm Scott, I watch a fake right here because there's nothing to lose for Nitro.
Braden Clark back deep for the Skyhawks. Here comes the punt. It's an end-over-end punt. It bounces at the 50. Braden Clark is going to pick it up. He waits till the return men get there to him, and he'll pick up about 4 or 5 yards on the carry. He'll take it up to the Scott 34-yard lines, and that's where they'll start their drive.
Matt Fry almost got back there and was able to block that punt as he come from the outside position nearest to us. He was almost there to be able to get a hand on it.
So they'll move the sticks back to the Scott 34. First and 10, Skyhawks. 7:29 on a stop clock. Skyhawks come out of the huddle. Clark and McCarty line up to the near side. It will be Isaiah Bush and Carter McClung to the far side. Fry hands it off to Preston Cooper. He's got a hole up the middle. He's across the 35, up to the 40-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. Second and 4.
And a little bit of a development. Carson Brenniger is in street clothes down here on the sideline.
Ooh, that's not good to see. Pretty obvious he's not going to be in the ball game today. They will try to get him healed up for next week. Second and 4, Skyhawks. Fry takes it, hands it off to McCarty once again, or Preston Cooper once again. Cooper drops that head. He gets forward, and he should have the first down. And that will be a first down on a 5-yard carry.
Preston Cooper's the bell cow here this afternoon, as it is already 20 carries for 110 yards and a touchdown for Preston Cooper.
Skyhawks come out of the huddle. First and 10 at their own 45. Fry from the gun calls the numbers. Takes the snap, hands it off to Preston Cooper. Cooper comes to the right, across the 50. He goes forward. He gets down to the Nitro 47-yard line. He's going to be close to about 8 yards. 8 yards on the carry, second down and 2. 6:09 on a rolling clock here in the third quarter. Skyhawks up by 3 touchdowns. Twin receivers each side of the ball for Scott. Fry takes the gun, hands it off to Cooper. Cooper rolls right. He tries to come down, and a flag as number 14 dropped the helmet, went into.
I think they're going to get Will Toller for holding.
They should have got a targeting call there on the defender. The officials talk, and it will be a holding call.
Yeah.
Holding. Yeah, and it will be against Toller. It was 2nd down and 2. That will bring it back to 2nd down and 11. 2nd and 11 for the Skyhawks. Ball at the Scott 44-yard line. Matt Fry from the gun takes it. Fakes the handoff. Fires one downfield. Oh, and it's blocked. Number 77 comes in, gets his hands on it for Nitro. That is Dom Wise. 3rd down and 11 now for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, the big nose guard for Nitro. He's able to get his hands up there.
What will Glenn Fry pull out of the basket this time for the offensive call? Here comes Scott. Twin receivers each side. Matt Fry adding the gun. Takes it, drops back, wants to pass. Fires one downfield. It is incomplete. Not a receiver in the area.
Pass incomplete to Jackson McCarty.
I think it was intended for McCarty. It was just overthrown.
Yeah, they had bracket coverage on McCarty. They had not only a corner number 11, Michael Wines, guarding, but they also had a safety over the top, which is, I believe, was number 7, Zymar Henry, also bracketed in McCarty there, and just wasn't able to fit it in there.
And let's see what Scott's going to do. Fry will line up from the gun like they're going for it. 4th and 11 for Scott. Now he'll back up and punt it, and a flag on the play.
False start on us.
How do you do that? I mean, the play wasn't even set.
I think it was Carter McClung. We say 52, which is actually is that Ty Mitchell?
Yep.
Yeah, Ty Mitchell.
Fry back in the gun. He will now back up and punt. A nice punt by Fry over the head of the return man. Takes a nice Scott bounce, and they'll spot it back at the 22-yard line. Down it at the 22-yard line. That's where Nitro will put it in play. 1st and 10. 5:30 to go in the third quarter. Skyhawks lead this one by a score of 20-0. Now they spot the ball at the Nitro 22. Nitro huddled up in front of the Nitro bench. Scott defense is set and ready. Here come the Wildcats. Nitro wearing white jerseys, red pants, and black helmets. 3 receivers line up wide to the far side. Single wide out near side. Now Cantrell will come up and line up to the near side as well. Empty backfield for Moody. Takes a snap, drops back, fires one down the field. It is incomplete.
Yeah, Moody got rid of that one again prematurely. Emilio Miller wasn't even looking for the pass, and by the time he got his head around, it was already behind him, and he had to kind of try to work back to the football and just wasn't able to get turned around enough to be able to get his hands on it.
Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. Stops the clock at 5:26 to go in the third. Nitro waiting on the play call from the sidelines. Now they are set and ready. 3 receivers far side, single wide out near side. Moody from the gun, fakes the handoff, passes it complete across the middle, It is complete to number 11, Michael Wines, and he will pick up 11 yards and the first down.
Yeah, just a simple slant pattern right off the line of scrimmage gets Mikey Bice to kind of bite on it, and that gets a free clear run and catch for Michael Wines. He's able to pick up the first down.
Clock rolling at 5:15 to go in the third. Nitro first and 10 at their own 35. Moody drops back, wants to pass. He's under some pressures, rolls left, throws the pass. It's complete to number 11. He breaks a tackle. He gets by a second Skyhawk defender, but finally runs out of bounds as David Fennessy puts on the pressure at the Scott 44-yard line. That will be another Nitro first down.
Yeah, that time Moody flushes out of the pocket. This time we see him actually set his feet, and number 11, Michael Wines, who is running the scramble drill, he cuts back into the middle of the field, and Moody's able to find him.
Same formation, 5 minutes stopped on the clock. Moody drops back, wants to pass. He's under some pressure. They're going to get him back at the 35-yard line. It is Jax McCarty with a single tackle on the quarterback.
Yeah, Moody right there. This time he doesn't flush out of the pocket, and Jax McCarty gets a free absolute shot at the quarterback, and that's going to put it back.
2nd and 25.
At the Nitro 40-yard line.
Actually, 2nd down and 26. Nitro waiting on the play call from the sideline. Moody comes over and gets set from the gun. Triple receivers far side. Empty backfield.
It's going to be
and the receiver jumped on the near side. That was number 11, Michael Wines.
False start on Nitro.
Good heads-up call there by Isaiah Bush. He pointed to the official and said, hey, man, look, he moved, and they threw the flag. Motion call. It'll now be 2nd down and 31 for Nitro. Clock down to 4:16 and stopped here in the third quarter. Here comes Nitro out of the huddle. Single wide out near side, triple receivers far side. Empty backfield as Cantrell goes in motion. And it's incomplete! In and out of the hands of, it was going to be like a little shuffle pass or a little screen pass to the far side of the field. He just could not hang on to it. To Little John, it bounced in and out.
Yeah, just tried to run that same. They send Little John in motion, and this time they throw the screen pass out to him, and he was trying to come back towards the line of scrimmage to try to set up his blockers and try to look upfield before he actually hauled in the pass, and just wasn't able to hold on to it.
3rd down, 31 now for Nitro.
Not very many plays in your playbook for 3rd down and 31.
Yeah. Moody from the gun. Takes it, drops back, looking, rolls right. He's under some pressure. He'll throw it away. Incomplete pass.
Intercepted.
And they're saying it's an interception by the Skyhawks. Wow. Way to go, Carter McClung. Heads up football and makes the catch.
Done a phenomenal job of finding the sideline, getting his feet set, making the catch, making sure that he hauls it in. And back-to-back weeks now, Carter McClung comes up with an interception to Josh Moody.
1st and 10, Scott. Ball at the Nitro 46.5-yard line. Skyhawks huddle up. Now the black and gold come out of the huddle. It will be Carter McClung and Braden Clark lining up wide to the near side. Fry from the gun. Fry hands it off to Preston Cooper. Cooper comes to the near side, and a flag in the backfield over here from the back judge. And I think it is on Nitro. Official comes over and talks to the white hat. Personal foul against Scott.
Yeah, you're going to get Braden Clark.
Personal foul, Skyhawks.
Must have been a late hit or something over here. I don't know.
Personal foul.
So that will back the Skyhawks up to the 39-yard line. It will be 2nd down
25.
25. Twin receivers, triple receivers near side. Single wide out far side for Scott. Fry, complete to Braden Clark. Clark, 2-on-1, and he had nowhere to go. As soon as he caught that ball and turned around, there was two. What's the deal with 14? He held his hands up that time like it was a cheap shot or something. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Third down and
right now,
still about 15,
especially
or 25.
The Skyhawks. You don't want to get anybody into a situation that they don't need to be in.
Third and 25. Isaiah Bush lines up wide on the far side. Three receivers near side for Scott. Fry from the gun. Fry takes it, drops back. Got time, unloads one down the field. It is going to be overthrown, intended for Isaiah Bush. He just could not get there as Fry was under some. I think Fry's got a cramp in his leg. And the official calls a timeout. Now the trainer, Ben Bush, will come out. But he's got a cramp. He tried to get one of the players to work it out. And that didn't work out, so have an official timeout for an injury. 2:54 to go in the third quarter. Skyhawks lead this one by a score of 20-0. First Scott touchdown was on a Preston Cooper 2-yard run, and the extra point was kicked by Tucker Breelove. Then with 5:04 to go in the second, Matt Fry connected to Jax McCarty on an 18-yard pass play. Skyhawks went up 14-0 on another Tucker Breelove kick. And then the third touchdown was Matt Fry to Jackson McCarty. The PAT failed. Scott now leads 20-0. And we're almost through the third quarter. 2:54 to go. Fry up and off the field under his own power. It is fourth down, and David Fennessy will be back to punt for the Skyhawks. Skyhawks out of the huddle. Fennessy back to punt. Fennessy back at his own 27-yard line.
Emilio Miller is back here to return the punt.
And it is a high end-over-end kick. It's over the head, and it takes a Scott bounce it to 25. It'll only bounce about 2 yards. But Isaiah Bush is back there to down the ball. And that's where Nitro will put it in play, first and 10 at their own 23-yard line. 2:44 to go in the third quarter. Skyhawks 20, the Wildcats 0. Scott defense set and ready. Here come the Wildcats. They'll bring three receivers to the near side. Single wide out to the far side. Now Moody comes over. Looks like they got the play clock situation resolved. Plenty of time on it. From the gun, Moody drops back, wants to pass. Held one down the field. It's complete at the 30, and he is tackled down there by Isaiah Bush.
Malachi Thompson was the receiver. He actually lost a yard from where he caught it, trying to go backwards to try to make some room to get around the edge.
But is second down and 4. Gain of 6 on the play. Moody goes from the gun. Drops back, wants to pass, and he'll take off running. He's under some pressure, and they're going to, and he gets by Scott defender Caden Mills back at the 35-yard line. He'll go forward enough to pick up the first down, and they'll move the sticks. The ball at the Nitro 37-yard line.
Yeah, it was a tough open field tackle there. Moody is athletic, and Caden Mills come up and just wasn't able to break down enough in order to trip him up.
Moody drops back, wants to pass, and he's trying to scramble to get out of there. Throws a little short pass complete to number 6 up around the Scott 45. He'll dive forward to the 40. He'll pick up another first down for Nitro.
Moody's pass complete to Chris Hall.
It is complete to Nutty Hall.
Out of bounds by number 9, David Fennessy.
And they'll spot the ball at the Scott 39-yard line. 1:45 on a turning clock here in the third. Nitro goes again, once again, 3 receivers far side. Single receiver to the near side. Moody from the gun drops back. He's looking. He's under some pressure. He unloads, and it's tipped away by Isaiah Bush. Good job there defending.
Broken up by number 2, Isaiah Bush.
Isaiah Bush has been close to getting his hand on a couple of these. That time he's able to actually get in zone coverage and get his head turned around towards the quarterback and causes that incompletion.
No gain on the play. Stops the clock at 1:31 in the third. Second down and 10 for the Wildcats. Moody goes from the gun. Twin receivers to the near side. Now they'll send 4 receivers to the far side. They'll throw it back, and he is drilled!
Carter McClung.
Kendrell caught the ball back at in a late flag, and Carter McClung lit him up back on the loss.
They might get Carter McClung for taunting, actually. Yep.
Wow.
Carter, as soon as he made that tackle, looked over at the Nitro sideline. I don't know if that's what they're getting it for, but Carter, as soon as he made that tackle, he looked over at the Nitro sideline and started kind of jawing a little bit, and that's when the flag come out.
Let's save the celebration till the end of the ball game, guys. 118.
Heads up play deflated by a bonehead play.
It'll be 3rd down and 3. Yeah, we're still waiting on the officials to decide what they're going to do.
Defense number 32, yard, 3rd down.
3rd down for Nitro. Why didn't they call those penalties on their coaches last week's what I'd like to know.
It was after the game. You can't really call it after.
Yeah, that's true. 3rd and 3 for Nitro. Single wide out to the near side. Triple receivers far side. Cantrell or Moody and Littlejohn in the backfield. Quarterback goes from the gun. Moody takes a snap, drops back, wants to pass. Hail Mary's one down the field. It is deflected. Braden Clark on a great defensive job back there deflecting the ball. Incomplete. 4th down.
Yeah,
oh, my gosh. See if we got this one on the Video Productions replay brought to you by Caldwell Insurance. So you see Moody drops back, fires the ball, and it was about a second after threw the ball till the Scott defender got to him. But they just go ahead and give him a touchdown. Wow, Scott has been drilled with the flag on, it seems like, every play on this drive. 1st and 10, Nitro, ball at the Scott 16-yard line. Moody from the gun. Drops back, wants to pass. Looking, he's got some room. He rolls up the middle. He is caught from behind and brought down by Scott's number 34. That is Mason Brown.
That play, I know he ends up gaining 9 yards on the play, but that play was made defensively by Isaiah Bush. They were wanting to go to the slant pattern to the near side wideout, which was Emilio Miller, but Isaiah Bush jumped it.
Triple receivers far side. Moody drops back, wants to pass, throws a Hail Mary to the near side. It is intercepted in the end zone by Braden Clark. Interception. Wow, what a catch. He just jumped in the air and pulled that ball down one-handed, single-handedly, and makes the catch on the interception. Literally a single-hand catch. He reached up with his right hand, pulled it in. Scott gets the ball at the 20, 1st and 10, Skyhawks.
You know, Joe, I've said it numerous times. Why has Braden Clark not been in the secondary all season long? It's now like 7 or 8 interceptions that he's had, and all of them have come in the second half of the season once they finally put him back there.
1st and 10, Scott.
That's now Moody's 3rd interception of the ballgame. He come in with 6 on the entire year.
Skyhawks have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. 26 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Skyhawks, hurry up, gets to the line. Fry is set. Fry takes a snap, puts it in the hands of Preston Cooper. He's got some room across the 20, and he reached up for the face mask. He missed it. He's at the 30. Finally goes down at the 31. That'll be a Scott first down. And he earned every inch of that one.
Yeah, that was just the cutback. He was trying to go up the middle, seen a little bit of a crease to the right side of the offensive line, the near side to us, and he cuts it back over it into this side, and he's able to pick up about 11 more yards than what he would have had.
Skyhawks have it 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Game clock will probably expire. They're just going to let it run out. That will be the end of the third quarter of action. The Scott Skyhawks 20, the Nitro Wildcats 0. We'll be back with the final quarter of action in this round 1 Class AA WVSSAC West Virginia High School Playoffs.
Relationships in life are more important than the one between you and your Michelin tires. Rugged, long-lasting Michelin truck tires. Michelin, a better way forward.
At Handley Funeral Home, we offer unique opportunities for families to create healing moments after loss. With over 55 years of experience serving the Boone, Logan, and Lincoln communities, our staff will help you discover ways to pay tribute, whether that be at a burial service at one of our cemeteries or a personalized lasting memorial. Visit us at www.handleyfh.com or call 304-369-0718. The Handley family of business thanks you for your support.
Here's the voice of the Scott Skyhawks, Joe Linville.
3 quarters in the books, and the Skyhawks lead 20-0 over the Nitro Wildcats. Scott has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20. Matt Fry in the gun, takes it quickly, puts it in the hands of Preston Cooper. He's across the 20, 25, still on his feet, up close, up to the 40. He was across the 30 and the 35. They will spot it at the Scott 40 and a half. Yep. 2nd down and about 1.5 yards for Scott. Skyhawks huddled up. Plenty of time on the play clock. Skyhawks come out of the huddle.
If I'm Matt Fry, I don't snap this ball until there's at least 5 seconds on the play clock each play.
Twin receivers to each side of the field for the Skyhawks. Matt Fry from the gun. Preston Cooper to his left.
Yeah, Isaiah Bush.
Yep. False start on Scott. What was he pointing to his head for?
He was saying my bad.
Oh, okay. It'll be, instead of 2nd and 1.5, it'll be 2nd down and about 5.5 for the Skyhawks.
And they didn't even call it on Isaiah Bush.
They called
it on Braden Queen.
I didn't even see him move. I knew Bush did. 2nd down and 6 for the Skyhawks. Here they come out of the huddle. Carter McClung, Isaiah Bush line up wide to the near side. Fry from the gun, takes the snap, puts it in the hands of Preston Cooper. Cooper is hit immediately, goes down for a loss on the play.
Yeah, he tripped.
Well, did you see number 77 just now? He pointed and was kind of taunting the Scott players, but I didn't see no flag on that one at 3rd and 9.5. If you're going to throw the flag one way, let's throw it both ways. Here comes Scott out of the huddle. 3rd down, 9.5. Twin receivers to the near side. Twin receivers far side. Fry from the gun. Fry takes a snap, drops back, looking to pass. Fires one downfield to Isaiah Bush, and it is deflected, and number 23 is down. Seemed to be cramping maybe, But I thought he was shoving off a little bit coming down the field.
Oh, in complete honesty, if he had that back, he would have intercepted it.
But anyway, we have a timeout now, the player official timeout, and he can't walk on it. He goes right back down immediately, trying to put a little pressure on it, maybe just a cramp. 4th down for the Skyhawks. As the trainer continues to work on the cramp of the Nitro player.
Yeah, he had an opportunity. I'm pretty sure it's Malachi Thompson that is down, but he had an opportunity to pick that ball, and instead he just kind of went for the deflection, and luckily for Scott, because they're going to get an opportunity to punt the ball here.
No updates on any of the games in single A or double A that we're watching today. In triple A, it is Princeton leading Oak Hill 34-7. That game in the 3rd quarter. And Cameron is up 40-8 on Hannah. Oh, and man. It's got okay, there it is. 40-8. Number 8, Cameron leads the Man Hillbillies. It is 4th down and 9.5 for Scott. And Matt Fry is lined up from the gun. Sure, they'll back up and punt it. No return people back for. Now he'll step back. Now the return guy comes back for. And it's a high end-over-end kick. It will bounce at the 41. Roll to the 39, and that's where Scott will down it. So Nitro will take over now with 10 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the game.
I know it's still early. However, last week, Emilio Miller for Nitro had, I can't remember how many catches it was, but it was over 100 yards receiving. I don't know if you've got it over there, Joe, or not. Today, 2 catches for 6 yards.
Who's that?
Emilio
Miller. Yeah, he had 6 catches for 106 yards and a touchdown last week. Nitro offense is out. 1st and 10, Nitro. Play clock at 12. Triple receivers will come to the near side. Single wide out far side for the Wildcats. Moody goes from the gun. Moody fakes a handoff. Little quick pass. It's complete. Good for about 11 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, just a quick slant pattern out there to Michael Wines, who is able to get it and pick up about 12 yards, get it over into Scott territory.
1st and 10. That will move the ball to the Scott 49. 9:55 on a rolling clock here in the game. Moody drops back, wants to pass. He throws a Hail Mary pass down the field. It is overthrown, incomplete. Once again, intended for Michael Wines.
Yeah, number 11 for Scott, which is Caden Sharps, was in the coverage there along with Carter McClung. They kind of had it bracketed there. Carter was up front as the cornerback, and Caden Sharps, the safety, was over the top. So had to fit it in a perfect little spot there, and Moody just misses his target over his head.
2nd and 10 for Nitro. 3 receivers to the near side. Single wide out far side. Moody drops back, wants to pass. He's got some time. He throws one down the middle. It is intercepted by Caden Sharps. He's coming to the near side. He's at the 35, turns up at the 40, 45, 50, still on his feet. Flag downfield, sidesteps another one at the 30, still on his feet. They finally catch up with him at the Nitro 29-yard line. Flag back downfield, but Caden Sharps interception.
That's kind of flashback to his brother, yeah, number 11 back there as a safety coming up with a big play on the defensive end.
Really? There's about 3 flags right here dead in front of us at the 45-yard line. Now the officials are talking things over.
Probably going to be a block in the back.
And here comes the official.
Crackback, personal foul, crackback block.
Yeah, against Scott. So that should spot the ball at the Scott 40. Yep, that's where they're going to put it. It will be 1st and 10, Scott at their own 40-yard line. 9:29 remains in the game. Skyhawks lead Nitro by a score of 20-0. Coach Dolan gave one of the officials heck on a call down here in front of the Scott bench. Anyway, Skyhawks goes twin receivers each side of the field. Matt Fry from the gun. Hands it off to fake the hand off Preston Cooper. A quick pass to Carter McClung off the fingertips. Incomplete. Stops the clock. 2nd down.
That was a little bit more zip on that thing than I think Carter was ready for.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it was a bullet coming through there for sure.
Carter says, I'm usually the one defending those passes, not catching them. I ain't seen that kind of velocity in a while.
So the winner of this game will take on Weir, who defeated Frankfort last night, and actually a close game. Fry from the gun, hands it off to Preston Cooper. Cooper goes up the middle. He is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He'll go forward for a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and 8 now for the Skyhawks. Cantrell's hurting. He keeps holding his side. I think he just winded. Maybe.
He has played every snap of this ball game. He's the tight end on offense. He's played every down of defense, that defensive end position.
Here comes Skyhawks out of the huddle. Plenty of time on the play clock. Game clock, 8:50 and rolling. Twin receivers out both sides for Scott. Here goes McClung in motion. Fry drops back, wants to pass, throws the pass. Oh! It is in and off the fingertips. Was that McClung?
Yeah, Carter McClung.
And he just could not hang on to it.
It would have been short of the 1st down marker anyways by about 2 yards.
4th down.
It is 4th and 8 now for Scott. David Fennessy back to punt for the Skyhawks. Game clock stops at 8:36. Skyhawks lead at 20-0. Fennessy stands back at his own 30-yard line.
And if you're McClung, you can't worry about that. You still got to play defense.
Good snap. Nice kick. And it bounces at the 24.
Yeah.
Takes a Nitro bounce by about 2 yards. And they will get it around the 26-yard line. That was a heck of a punt.
Scott's had really good punt coverage here tonight. You had a 50-yarder from Matt Fry. Fennessy's now had, I think, back-to-back about 40-yarders. So it's allowed Scott to kind of flip field position a little bit.
1st and 10, Nitro at their own 27-yard line. Twin receivers to each side of the line for the Wildcats. Josh Moody from the gun. Little John to his right. Drops back, wants to pass. He's looking, fires one down the field. He throws it away.
Moody's pass incomplete. 2nd down.
Not sure. I guess it was thrown away because there was nobody in the neighborhood.
Joe, that is Josh Moody's 47th pass attempt.
Wow.
On the day.
He's an All-American. Do you know that? They've kind of shut him down today, though. 8:22 on a stop clock. 2nd and 10. Moody from the gun. Low snap, drops back. Hail Mary's one down the field. It is Caden Sharps there once again, and he defends and deflects the pass. Incomplete.
Now that really did look like Jaden.
It did. He leaped
sailing out in order to deflect that pass.
Official timeout for him to tie his shoes back here.
Officials time.
8:16 on a stop clock. 3rd and 10 now for Nitro. Triple receivers will come to the near side, hash mark. Single wide out far side. Josh Moody from the gun. Moody drops back, wants to pass, and he's going to the left. He's going to try to run it out, and he'll run up to the 30, step out of bounds. It'll be 4th down for Nitro.
Yeah, pocket collapse. Originally, there was just nowhere to go. Moody's able to kind of run over to that left side, and what looked like it was originally going to be quite a bit of running room over there. But number 54, Caden Mills, for the Skyhawks, is able to get there quickly and force Moody to duck out of bounds there.
4th down. Looks like is that Moody back there? Yeah, they're going for it. He just runs it right up the middle, and he gets stopped short of the 1st down. It will be Scott Skyhawk football. Stopped him about 2 yards short of the 1st down marker. And that will turn the ball over to the Skyhawks.
They were trying to set up the deep ball to number 23, Malachi Thompson, but Scott done a really good job of rolling safety help over the top right there to take that away. And by the time Moody kind of come off of that progression, there was nowhere for him to go with the football. So he tried to tuck it and take off, and nowhere to go.
1st and 10, Scott at the Nitro, 36-yard line. Here come the Skyhawks out of the huddle. Isaiah Bush, Carter McClung line up to the near side. Twin receivers far side. Fry from the gun. Hands it off to Preston Cooper. Cooper just goes up the middle, and he's down to the 30. He will pick up 6 yards on the carry. Second down and 4 now for Scott. 7:42 on a rolling clock. Preston Cooper getting a breather, comes out of the game.
Caden Sutphin looks like he's checking into that running back position.
This ought to be interesting. Fry from the gun. Fry just letting the clock run down. Gets ready. Takes a snap, hands it off to Sutphin. Up the middle, he's got the 1st down and more. He's still on his feet down at the 20-yard line. Falls inside to the 19. That was a heck of a little run there.
Yeah, it's him getting south very, very quickly and getting upfield and using his blocking, and puts that head down, and he's able to get inside the 20 down to the 19, 11-yard pickup for Caden Sutphin.
And he stays in there.
The junior.
Fry, quarterback from the gun, takes a snap, hands it off to Sutphin once again, right down up the middle. He goes down to about the 15. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like they were spotted at about the 16.
Bleed every second of this play clock that you possibly can.
That's where they mark it at the 16. Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6. Got to get down just inside the 10 for the 1st down. 6:33 on a rolling clock. Here come the Skyhawks. Isaiah Bush lines up wide. Carter McClung to the near side. Fry from the gun. Carter McClung goes in motion. Handoff to Sutphin right up the middle once again. He's on his feet. He's inside the 10 for the 1st down. And there is a rodeo down at about the 8-yard line as the black and gold are pushing one way and the Wildcats trying to push back the other way, but I think the Skyhawks won that battle. It's 1st and 10 inside at the 9.5 for the Skyhawks. 1st and 10, Skyhawks. 5:53 on a rolling clock. Here come the Skyhawks out of the huddle. Twin receivers each side of the ball. Sutphin carries the ball at the 5. He's brought down at the 1.
Caden Sutphin on the carry.
Clock continues to roll. 5:30 and turning. They spot the ball at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal for Scott. Matt Fry from the gun. Fry takes a snap, fakes the handoff. Fry rolling to the near side, flag in the backfield, and Matt Fry is into the end zone, but there's a flag on the play.
I think they may get a chop block on Scott here.
So that will stop the action. It will be against Scott. 5:10 on a stop clock. Skyhawks lead this one 20-0.
Top box. Offense. Previous spot, 15 yards.
And they're in the fourth quarter, but Cameron will easily defeat Man this afternoon by a score of 40-8. No score in the Sherman-James Monroe game. Scott now has it second and goal, all the way back at the 16-yard line. And we have a timeout. Nitro will take a timeout as well. 5:05 to go in the ball game. Skyhawks lead the Nitro Wildcats by a score of 20-0 here on the Skyhawks Sports Network.
Say hello to fall and the season that says it all. It's Chevy truck season. Hey, it's Sydney inviting you to a beautiful drive on the
Hello, my name is Dave Casebold, and I'm proud to be the mayor of Nitro. The city is made up of local businesses that have been the strength of our community for decades. Family businesses are the lifeblood of any small city. Those businesses provide a sense of city pride. Here you will find antique and niche shop and great family-owned restaurants. For outdoor lovers, there's Riding Our Lake that suits everyone's needs from hiking and biking to fishing and running. We hope to see you soon.
N-I-T-R-O, go Nitro!
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
At the 16-yard line, Fry from the gun, takes a snap, drops back, looking. Completed pass to Preston Cooper. He's at the 10, sidesteps one. He is hit hard, and they're going to give him all the way down to the 6-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 6 for the Skyhawks. Cooper took a hard lick on that one, but bounces right back up. Third and 6. 3rd and goal from the 6. Twin receivers each side of the ball for Scott. Matt Fry from the gun. Fry hands it off to Preston Cooper. He is hit immediately and taken down for a 3-yard loss. 4th down for the Skyhawks. Matt Fry gets the play call. And it looks like Scott's Caden Sutphin back into the lineup at running back. Twin receivers each side. Plenty of time on the play clock. Game clock under 4 minutes. Fry from the gun. Fry fakes the handoff. Complete to. That is Carter McClung into the end zone for the touchdown. So the Skyhawks add another touchdown on a 6-yard pass play here in the fourth quarter with 3:47 showing on the clock. Matt Fry throws his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. And it will be Tucker Breelove on the kick once again for Scott. Cole Elkins the holder. Long count. Mason Brown, the long snapper. Ball is back. The ball is down. The kick is away. Looks good from here. It is good. And with 3:47 to go, the Skyhawks jump out to a 27-0 lead over the Nitro Wildcats. We will keep our coverage here as Scott will be kicking off. Coach Jeremy Dillon out at the 50 with the kickoff team. .347, Skyhawks 3 minutes 47 seconds away from taking on Weir next week here in Madison. Weir, the number 5 seed, knocked off Frankfort last night by a score of 23-21. Mingo Central went down last night. Number 10, Philip Barber, knocked them off 28-21. And still no score on the Sherman game. And it will be Ron Neal kicking off for Scott. And they tee it up right at midfield. Nitro has 4 return men back. Actually 5. 3 at about the 30 and 2 back at the 20. Skyhawks set and ready. Neal has been given the signal. Here comes the kick. It is a high end-over-end kick. It is taken at the 19. Cross to the 25. Gets to the 30. And a late hit. And a flag. Some cheap shots starting to come from the Wildcats out there and under frustration. That should be a 15-yard penalty. Fennessy was just walking up the field, and a kid come out of nowhere and just waylaid Fennessy. Personal foul. Oh, against Scott! Oh, my gosh! How in the world these officials need to go back and watch this game film?
Personal foul.
Boy, he missed that one for sure. .343 go in the ball game. Skyhawks lead this one 27-0. That will move the ball up to the Nitro, actually to midfield at the 50. First and 10, Wildcats. And we have a timeout for Scott. Coach Jeremy Dolan wants to talk things over. We'll take a timeout as well. 3:43 to go in the ball game. Skyhawks lead this one by a score of 27-0 here on the Skyhawks Sports Network.
For over a century, the attorneys at Schaefer & Schaefer have served individuals and businesses throughout West Virginia and take pride in their reputation of honesty, integrity.
The short drive to Danville and come see us where the Make the Summer sales event is in full swing at Stevens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got savings on all models, including up to $14,000 below MSRP on the 2023 Ram Limiteds and 15% off MSRP on the 2023 Jeep Compasses. And the new 2024 Wranglers are awesome and arriving daily. So come see us for the Make the Summer sales event at Stevens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 119 in Danville.
Hey. Jake from State Farm.
We have to know.
Yeah, these are State Farm pajamas. No, what if we have to talk to somebody about our policy, but it's late at night? Call us 24/7.
Great, because what if someone still calls his mom for everything?
We'll walk you through everything. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs. Oh, yeah, Mom, everything's great. Yeah.
Moody just throws it away. He is under a ton of pressure from Trent Cook in the backfield, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 now for Nitro. I would say more than likely the playoff game next week will be on Saturday afternoon once again, as it is a long haul from Weir, and I do not want to see them coming down for a game on Friday night. Nitro, 2nd 10. Moody from the gun. Drops back, wants to pass. Complete, wide open over here to the near side. And they finally bring him down as he gets down to the Scott 40, inside the Scott 40. And they're going to give him a spot all the way down to the 37-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Nitro. Game clock continues to roll. Nitro ready, 1st and 10. And it is complete across the middle of the 35. He is brought down by Carter McClung over there immediately at the 35. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. Official timeout for an injury. Another Nitro player down. Looks like it is number 11, Michael Wines. as the trainers come out and attend to him. 3:20 showing on the game clock. Going back to the WZAC scoreboard. Midland Trail fell to Tucker County last night by a score of 46-6. Williamstown over at Aldridge County, 49-6. It is Greenbrier West knocked off Wirt County, 49-0. Wahama over Summers County, 65-14. East Hardy in a squeaker over St. Mary's, 32-30. Tuck Valley and another squeaker knocked off Tyler Consolidated, 28-26. And the game is now final. Cameron knocks off the Man Hillbillies by a score of 40-8. 2nd and 8 for Nitro. The ball at the Scott 35-yard line as they come out of the huddle. Twin receivers east side of the field for the Wildcats. Josh Moody from the gun. Barks out signals. Play clock at 5. Moody gets the ball. Drops back, wants to pass. Comes to the near side. Roll, throws it away, completely out of bounds.
Pass again, incomplete.
And that will bring up 3rd down and 8 for Nitro. Stops the clock at 2:50. Nitro 3rd and 8 as Moody goes over and gets the play call from the Nitro side of the field. Moody lines up the gun. Twin receivers both sides of the ball for the Wildcats. Takes it, drops back, wants to pass, fires one downfield. No, he throws it away. 4th down. Scott defenders doing a great job of their coverage on the receivers. 4th and 8 now for Nitro. Nitro will bring twin receivers to each side of the field. Little John, the running back. Moody from the gun. Drops back, wants to pass. He's under a ton of pressure. Little screen pass. He's inside the 30 at the 25, still on his feet down to the 20. They will pick up the 1st down and move the sticks for the Nitro Wildcats.
Nitro's pass complete to Eli Littlejohn, brings up a 1st down.
That will move the ball down to the Scott 20. Clock continues to roll at 2:33. Skyhawks up 27-0. Moody from the gun. Drops back, wants to pass. He's under some pressure. He rolls left. He'll throw it away. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock at 2:21.
Pass incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
Second and 10 for Nitro. Scott leads 27-0. Here come the Nitro Wildcats. Wildcats from the gun. Here comes Moody, throws it away. It's complete, and he is caught. Breaks loose back at the 20, breaks another tackle. He spins down to the 17, and it is gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd down, actually gain of about 4. It will be 3rd down and 6 for the Nitro Wildcats. Nitro comes and set, is ready. Triple receivers near side. Moody drops back, wants to pass. It's complete, and he is caught behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. Carter McClung on the tackle.
Moody pass complete. Eli Littlejohn taken down behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down.
1:20 on a rolling clock. 4th down and 9.5 for Nitro.
Let's go, Skyhawks. Let's make some noise. Come on, you can do better than that. Let's make some noise.
4th down, ball at the Scott 20. And the Wildcats are going for it. Twin receivers, deep side of the ball. Moody takes his, drops back, fires one down the middle. It is incomplete. Intended for Xavion Dickerson. And the pass is incomplete, and the Skyhawks will take over on downs with 49 seconds to go in the ball game. Skyhawks will just run the clock out. They will knock off Nitro by a score of 27-0. Here in the first round of the Class AA playoffs. Skyhawks come to the line. And now they line up in victory formation. Matt Fry will go under center. Fry's under center, and he'll take it and immediately take a knee, and the clock will roll. And the crowd, you can hear, is cheering on this victory. And the Wildcats are going to say that's all we need. And it is going to be a ball game as the Scott Skyhawks, ranked 4th in Class AA, knock off the 13th ranked Nitro Wildcats, who knocked them off 28-24 a week ago. But today it's a 27-0 victory for the Scott Skyhawks. And there is the buzzer as Scott has officially won this one. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back in a moment with our McDonald's postgame show here on WZAC, Skyhawks Sports Network, and Video Productions.
Barker's Hardware is your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs. Barker's Hardware is your headquarters for Benjamin Moore paints, fasteners, hand tools, power tools, keys, locks, electrical and plumbing supplies, and so much more. Shop where the local contractors shop. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and on Saturdays until 5. Barker's Hardware in Danville. Free parking the entire length of the building.
Make the short drive to Danville and come see us where the Make the Summer sales event is in full swing at Stevens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got savings on all models, including up to $14,000 below MSRP on the 2023 Ram Limiteds and 15% off MSRP on the 2023 Jeep Compasses. And the new 2024 Wranglers are awesome and arriving daily. So come see us for the Make the Summer sales event at Stevens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 119 in Danville.
Hey, Jake from State Farm.
We have to know.
Yeah, these are State Farm pajamas. No, what if we have to talk to somebody about our policy, but it's late at night? Call us 24/7.
Great, because what if someone still calls his mom for everything?
We'll walk you through everything. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs. Oh, yeah, Mom, everything's great. Yeah. I mean, not my mom.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Chris Barrett is caught up with Coach Jeremy Dolan.
Thanks, Joe. Coach Dolan, you come out here, you get revenge in week 1 of the playoffs against Nitro, the lone blemish on your record. And you did it in a fashion completely flipped the script of last week. You know, we could talk about the offense and the bell cow of Preston Cooper, but the defense, you know, Nitro's going to get yardage, but you guys had that bend but don't break mentality, especially in the first half, and forced Moody into different looks than what he had last week.
Yeah, we wanted to make him a little bit more uncomfortable than we did last week. You know, it's one reason it's win or go home. So Matt Fry started on defense this week, and that's something that you typically don't do. But like I said, it's that now we're going to pull all the stops out, and like I said, we wanted to change up the coverages. And the biggest thing was we wanted to play physical up front. And I felt like we got a lot more pressure on him as well. But yeah, on the back end, I don't know what we finished with interception-wise, but we were on it pretty much all day. With 4, that's good.
Yeah, you forced him into four interceptions. He only had 6 coming into the entire year. Talk about Jax McCarty and the impact he had in this game. We always talk about David Fennessy and that secondary, but Jax McCarty looked like he had a little bit extra coming today too.
Hey, when Jack's playing as physical as he's playing, like, I mean, he's money. Like, and that's what we needed from him. We've been on him this week a little bit because it wasn't just him, but the whole team. We didn't feel like played as physical as they needed to last week, but he was one of them that absolutely played his guts out tonight. So I was very proud of him on both sides of the football, run blocking, getting open in the end zone, and playing defense. He played really good and helped get pressure on Moody and kept him uneasy. And then he apexed in the coverage when we needed him to.
You know, we talk about Carson Brenniger so much. He goes out after that first possession, and you kind of have to look to, you get Carter McClung in there a lot more on the offensive side than what he needed to. But when you look at Preston Cooper and the impact he's had the last 3 weeks, what does that mean to this team?
Oh, Preston's the kind of guy, he's just a workhorse. He's going to stick his foot in the ground. He's going to run downhill, drag 3 or 4 guys with him. The big thing is we're not sure exactly what the extent of Carson's injury is right now. He came in already kind of gimped up a little bit. So once we got up, it was more of a precautionary thing to kind of keep him out. But I thought Caden Suffin did real well, too, when he came in and ran the ball. He gives us a little bit change of pace, kind of like Carson does to Preston. So, but, yeah, Preston just when he's running hard like that, putting his foot in the ground, he's hard to stop.
Talk about the offensive line play today. Completely different from what you've seen against Nitro. They got tons of pressure against you down there, but today Matt Fry was relatively clean in the pocket in the little bit of times that he did drop back.
Again, that was another area where we kind of dropped the ball last week. We didn't play our game like we typically do up front, and they were only sending 3 most of the night. We had trouble for whatever reason blocking it up. This week we turned up practice, had a lot more physical practices, and you get that fire in your belly. It's easier to play with, and that's the thing we've had a couple times this year is when we've had big wins come in the following week, and like we did Hoover, and then playing Wayne the next week, who's a good team, and put on a heck of a show last night, and then last week we kind of went down and dropped the ball. I didn't feel like we had the emotion and the physicality that we needed, and so we flipped the script today and played with it.
Coach, congratulations on winning. And the last question I'll ask you got any plans this weekend?
Yeah, I'll probably go home and message a bunch of my friends on Facebook that I used to go to high school with and brag about this victory.
Sounds like a good weekend.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Coach.
All right. Thank you, Chris Barrett and Coach Jeremy Dolan down on the field with that post-game interview. Congratulations to the Scott Skyhawks, ranked number 4 in the Class AA WVSSAC rankings. They knock off number 13, the Nitro Wildcats. Final score, Scott 27, Nitro 0. We'll step aside. We'll be back with more of our McDonald's post-game show after this. You're listening to Black and Gold Football on WZAC, the Skyhawks Sports Network, and Video Productions.
The entire team.
With Erie Insurance here at Caldwell Insurance Agency, I want to provide you with the best customer service available. I want to provide you with coverages that nobody else can provide you with, along with affordable rates. I promise you, when you come in this office, we will take better care of you than anybody else. Provide you with the best auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and life insurance. I want our family to be able to take care of your family, and I promise you we will be able to do that here at Caldwell Insurance Agency.
At Miller Brothers Pharmacy, we are dedicated to providing outstanding personalized customer service at an affordable price. We are your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and medical needs. Our staff has over 90 years of experience, so you can count on fast, personal attention. Our pharmacy is proud to offer delivery service for your convenience with free delivery for patients within Madison and Danville city limits. Contact a member of our team about delivery today.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
The Tint Guy has big news. The newest location is now open in Barboursville. Voted best in the Valley since 2020. Getting your windows tinted is now twice as easy. Go to the best, The Tint Guy.
Hey, Tint Guy here. Come see us at our new location in Barboursville.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff, we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
The Skyhawks Sports Network.
Back at Skyhawk Field as the Scott Skyhawks have knocked off the Nitro Wildcats this afternoon to advance to the second round of the WVSSAC playoffs. They will play Weir next weekend here at Skyhawk Field. Let's take a recap quickly. Look at the scoring. The Skyhawks scored all the points on the board today. Started off with a Preston Cooper 2-yard run. Tucker Breelove come on, kicked the extra point. Scott jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Nitro did attempt a 35-yard field goal in the second quarter at 7:18 mark. It failed. Then Matt Fry connected with Jackson McCarty on a 18-yard pass play. Tucker Breelove come on, kicked the extra point. Skyhawks led 14-0. That play was a 7-play, 80-yard touchdown drive. Then before the half, Matt Fry come on, connected again to Jackson McCarty on a 15-yard pass play. The extra point failed. Scott went into the locker room with a 20-0 halftime lead. Then in the fourth quarter, 3:47 to go in the game, Matt Fry connected to Carter McClung on a 6-yard pass play. Breelove kicked the extra point. Final score today, the number 4 Scott Skyhawks knock off the 13th-ranked Nitro Wildcats by a score of 27-0. Mr. Barrett, he needs a minute to catch his breath. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with stats and announce our McDonald's player of the game. Final score, Scott 27, Nitro 0. You're listening to Black and Gold Football on WZAC, the Skyhawk Sports Network, and Video Productions.
Located in the heart of Madison, Miller Brothers Pharmacy is...
At Hanley Funeral Home, we offer unique opportunities for families to create healing moments after loss. With over 55 years of experience serving the Boone, Logan, and Lincoln communities, our staff will help you discover ways to pay tribute, whether that be at a burial service at one of our cemeteries or a personalized lasting memorial. Visit us at www.handleyfh.com or call 304-369-0718. The Handley family of business thanks you for your support.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The Southern Pineapple in downtown Madison is your choice for women's clothing and accessories. They have styles that fit all ages, along with local handmade jewelry. From elegant to everyday wear, the Southern Pineapple is your place to shop. Find us on Facebook, subscribe to our page, so you can see all the latest products and inventory. Come and shop at our unique boutique and be sweet.
Relationships in life are more important than the one between you and your Michelin tires. Rugged, long-lasting Michelin truck tires. Michelin, a better way forward.
Skyhawks today as they knocked off Nitro by a score of 27-0. Now let's take a look at some stats from today's game. Here's Chris Barrett.
Starting off for Nitro, 73 plays, 287 yards. Josh Moody, the junior quarterback, he was 26 of 58 for 207 yards, 4 interceptions. Eli Littlejohn, 7 carries for 34 yards. Moody, 7 carries for 19 yards. Receiving-wise, Malachi Thompson, 7 catches for 78 yards. Michael Wine, 7 catches for 70 yards. Flipping over to Scott, they ran 53 plays for 287 yards. Matt Fry, the senior quarterback, 7 of 17 for 57 yards, 3 touchdowns. Preston Cooper, 26 carries for 144 yards, a touchdown. Carson Brenniger, 3 carries, but for 62 yards on the day. Receiving, Jax McCarty, 2 catches for 31 yards, 2 touchdowns. Preston Cooper, 3 catches for 17 yards. And then you had Carter McClung, the 1 catch for 9 yards for a touchdown.
All right, and now we need to talk about our McDonald's player of the game, or players of the game. I'll tell you what, Scott had several that could be easily awarded that today.
Yeah, my first off is Jax McCarty. He caught 2 touchdown passes, but I think his impact was on the defensive side of the ball, especially getting pressure on Josh Moody. He made it very, very uncomfortable along with the rest of the defensive line, but it seems like Jax McCarty chased down a couple plays from the backside, got numerous amounts of pressure, got 1 sack, just made a great impact on the game tonight.
I'm going to have to go with Jax McCarty as well because, I mean, he was just all over the field today, both offensively and especially, like you said, defensively. But I would also like to give a nod to Preston Cooper. I mean, that kid fought for, it seems like, just about every yard he gained out there today. He had
144 yards.
Yeah, and he earned every bit of that. So we'll give our TikTok Tire and McDonald's player of the games to co-players, Jax McCarty and Preston Cooper. Any final thoughts before we wrap up and get ready for round 2 next week?
No, I mean, looking at it, it's a complete flip of the script when it comes to last week to this week. We knew Nitro would get yards. He had 207 passing yards on the day, but when Scott needed to kind of bow up and get a stop, Scott was able to do that. And they forced Nitro into 4 turnovers, and you played a relatively really clean game. Clean up the penalties, especially the personal foul penalties, but other than that, get ready for a Weir team down here next week, probably on Saturday again.
I would say so. Well, that's pretty much going to wrap up our coverage. I want to give a big thanks to our video production crew, Garrett Lester and Lisa Grayley. And our studio engineer today was Missy Green. For Chris Barrett, I'm Joe Linville. We'll see you back here next week for round 2 of the WVSSAC round 2 of the Class AA playoffs. Everybody have a great week, and we hope to see you here at Skyhawk Field. That wraps up our coverage for today. Good night, everyone.